And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Tigers!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
In the New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yeah.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
What is up, guys? Dirty Boots Sports, and we are back with episode 180. We are back in studio also.
180!
What was that?
It's from the darts, man.
Oh, okay.
Van Gerwen.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah, Van Gerwen. Shout out darts. We cover everything here.
Have you ever watched darts, Peyton?
Oh, yes.
It's
Dude.
elite.
Yeah.
We found that before, like, TikTok even came out. We
Yeah,
found
it was
it
like
up at
a couple
Chase's
years
house.
ago, yeah.
And because Chase ain't got no cable. And we were just scrolling through
ESPN?
the ESPN app on his TV. And it said professional darts. I was like, yeah, let's see what this is all about.
It's electric.
We met Van Gerwen on there, and I was like, oh, I like this guy.
Yeah, it's a very, like, there's way too much energy for darts. Like, there's just way too much energy.
Well, a lot of that's the beer.
I feel like
Yes.
you need to, though.
Oh,
you
definitely.
need to have some of
definitely.
that. Or it would be really bad.
Like imagine that crowd with, like, bowling.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same level of intensity, but, like, yeah, just having a bowling crowd. Yeah, strike. But, yeah, we're back in studio. First time this year. First time since before Christmas, I think. We've done a couple on Zoom just for convenience and for health and safety protocols. And for ICE. Just there's so much stuff that's been going on the past month. We are back. We're healthy. We're ready to go. Ready to talk some football. Ready to talk so much more. Maybe tonight, maybe another night, we're going to get a Saints, we're going to fix you again episode. State of the franchise. We did one last year. They did not listen at all.
At all,
I think
actually.
They should have.
I think they did everything
Opposite.
we didn't want to happen.
Yes. Literally kept everybody.
Yeah. So we're ready to do another one and
But
tell
hey,
them the exact same thing.
They did what we've been praying for,
That's right. We did fire Pete Carmichael.
and they did it.
They did it.
And they've interviewed 3 dudes.
All in the
y'all,
McVay tree.
did y'all know Pete didn't want the job to begin with?
I could believe that.
He didn't want
The OC job.
I believe that.
ever.
No. Well, after Peyton left,
After Peyton.
he didn't want it, and they just basically forced him into, like, no, you're going to do it.
What did he want to do?
I
Go home?
Yeah. They said all his kids are out of the house. He's made plenty of money. Like, he really didn't have the urge.
They just said you're gonna
yeah,
call plays for us.
you're going to do it. Yeah.
See you next year, Pete.
Wow.
Pete,
We could have gotten like Ben Johnson.
he didn't want the spotlight. He don't want any of that. Like, he just wanted to just kind of call it done. No, not us. We're gonna.
Well, he got his
force him.
message across.
See you next year, Pete.
Yeah. Crazy.
Pete, training camp starts in a week. Where you at?
Yeah.
You haven't been in the office this summer. Where you at, Pete?
But I can see Pete the type though when he's in, he's probably like invested all. Like, he
Yeah.
probably slept there. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, he don't have a
probably.
wife. Like, I mean, I could just see him just.
You could really tell the effort he put in with this play calling.
Yes,
like, you
yes,
could really
right.
tell. He really studied the film.
Fully bought in.
Hey, we had a lot of good first drives. We had a lot of good first drives.
A lot of good first drives.
I guess he had a good script, but after that,
Not good at the adjustments.
Yeah, he should have scripted 80 plays, or whatever, however many you have, 60. Just do a full game script. Who was that we found out scripts the first 40 plays? Who was that?
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
Was it Shanahan? 40 plays.
40. Yeah.
That is insane, man.
Did you see his interview the other day?
Of the Cowboys?
Yeah, he said by second quarter we were already studying for the Packers.
And he started grinning. Packers have been talking some crap. The Niners might kill them.
I think they are.
It's going to be dirty.
I do too.
It's going to be dirty.
I think it's going to get ugly quick.
Yeah. Crap, a lot of these games might this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll see. Did you see Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, what he said about Baker?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did not.
Oh, yeah.
He said
they running the jaws.
The
son.
Bucs,
I like it.
The Bucs have a lot of good receivers. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage. Russell Gage ain't played a snap this year.
I say he don't play.
He got hurt in the preseason, and then he was like, if only they had a good quarterback. And then Baker responded. He said, "Yeah, I saw that." He said, "I guess he's looking at the preseason hype and all that stuff that the media was saying because Gage hasn't played a snap for us."
Yeah, he said apparently he needs to watch a little more film because Gage hasn't played all year.
Well, in his defense, he hasn't played all year either.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, people are like, actually, Baker's worst game was week 3 against the Lions. So like, if Chauncey would have actually seen, Gage wasn't there.
But didn't he tear his pec in week 1?
I think he tore it during that Chiefs game, actually. Yeah. So yeah, he might not have been watching film.
But hey, nothing tops the reporter. Who asked Todd Bowles, "How are y'all going to prepare for the cold weather in Detroit?"
When I heard her voice, I just already dropped my head.
About mid-60s.
Yes,
mid-60s.
Yeah.
Oh, if he would have responded like that, that'd have been hilarious.
Think she knows everything. I I just picture her right now.
If he'd have responded 70 degrees or
if he should have said 70 degrees, light wind, clear skies.
Yeah, might get a little hot as the game goes on. The
LED lights are going to be real bright.
I heard what he said.
Oh yeah,
it's a dome.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Well, we have to prepare for that 20-second walk from the bus till we get underneath the thing."
Yeah, that's the only time we'll be outside.
Yeah, he should have just went 70 degrees, covered roof, or just referred to a dome. Which during that Sunday night game, I don't know how many times the broadcasters mentioned that it gets hotter in the fourth quarter in that stadium. I don't know why they mentioned that so much.
I don't know what that means.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They said
multiple
times. That I guess just so many fans in the stadium at once for 3 hours yelling, and then that fourth quarter, the energy's a little higher. My God, at this score.
Jesus.
90-54 Cleveland here.
Holy God.
All right.
MLB Network's doing their top 10 right now for all the positions.
What position now?
Today was second baseman.
Ozzy was 4, right?
He didn't make the list.
Oh, I looked at a fan list. This is the real one?
He didn't make the top 10.
Ozzy didn't make the top 10? No way.
Top 10 right now.
Read it off.
Number 1, Mookie Betts, who just became a second baseman a month ago.
He's Mookie, though.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Altuve.
Okay.
Marcus Semien. All three,
how's he
I'm
not?
okay with.
Yeah,
it.
Semien should be above Altuve.
Luis Arias, who
Who's
just
that?
gets base hits.
The Marlins, okay.
Ketel Marte, who had a horrible year last year.
He's good, though.
Who's that?
He had a playoff.
Second base for the Diamondbacks.
He's the one that has a hit in every playoff game he's ever played in.
Matt McClain.
Reds. I had to think about it.
Yeah. Andres Jimenez.
Indians. Guardians.
He gets base hits.
They'll always be the Indians.
Yeah.
Edouard Julien from the Twins.
Okay, I was thinking Rockies, so you're
Zach
losing me there.
Galoff from the Oakland Athletics. And then
No way.
Nico
You're
Horner.
lying. And then Nico who? Nico Goodrum?
Nico Horner.
Oh.
Who the heck is that?
What team's he on now?
He's the Cubs.
Okay, yeah. There's no way that's real. There's no way.
They show a video.
There's no way.
It's real.
Who the crap is the A's?
Zach Galoff or
Who is
Jello.
that?
I don't know. I guess he's the one guy who is decent at something, so they had to give him a reward.
You got nobody decent.
Braves Twitter might melt.
There's I saw fan rankings that had Ozzy at 4. I'm like, okay, that's cool. No way.
Yeah.
Well, that's hilarious.
Sorry, I just
opened Twitter to a long message of just no from Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
From an hour ago. Speaking of Skip Bayless, Mike McCarthy, Cowboys, still the coach. Don't know
LOL
why.
smiley face.
And then also in that division, Nick Sirianni, still the coach.
Crazy.
We looked like we were
Peyton.
okay.
Here's some stats of a not top 10 second baseman. 280 batting average, which is insane nowadays. 33 home runs. 167.
For a second baseman.
Second baseman. Switch hitting second baseman. Who weighs $165 and is 5'8". 167 hits, which is a ton. And he had 109 RBIs last year.
For a second baseman.
Second baseman.
But he's not top 10.
He led second baseman in RBIs. I'm pretty
He
sure.
led second
It's
baseman
not
in a lot of
Maybe
stuff.
Mookie had it.
Does he have a high error mark number?
No, he's a good fielder.
He's a good fielder.
So
he steals bases.
What are we missing?
He had 8 errors last year.
That's impressive.
.986 fielding percentage.
What are we missing?
That is That's absurd.
for just kicks and giggles.
I think
Pull
he
up
was
the
nominated
A's.
for a.
Yeah,
I think he was nominated for a Gold Glove.
we need
Bryson Stott wasn't on there either.
we need the ace. The ace.
Yeah,
guys'
Bryson
stats.
Stott's just as good.
What's that dude's name? Jonathan Giloff?
No, it's Zach.
Oh.
Zach Galoff, 267, 14 home runs, 72 hits,
So half.
72 hits.
2.6 WAR.
He's 24 though.
He only played 69 games, which I get.
He's up and coming.
Yeah, I mean that's he's not going to be bad undoubtedly, but what are we doing? I mean, I know it's just a list, and they make these lists to piss people off, and they did a good job.
That's absurd.
I mean,
this is almost as bad as people writing in ballots for the presidency a couple of years ago for dead people. This is like on that level.
at least put him in 8 or something.
He didn't make the freaking list.
He
We're the
didn't make
best
the
offense in
list.
baseball last year.
He's on pace to break the second baseman home runs record of all time.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He will be a Hall of Famer if he keeps on.
He'll be
this
a Hall of
trajectory.
Famer, but he's never top 10 in his position.
What are we doing?
That's crazy.
And it's not like he's Dan Ugla. He can field.
Yeah, he does other stuff. Let's talk football.
Sorry, I had to mention that.
That's absurd.
Because I've been waiting all day. That's why I turned on MLB Network a minute ago.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all day because I was like, who's second baseman? Because everybody makes a joke every year. It's like, oh, Ozzy's going to move up to 23 this year.
Might have.
He might have moved up to 23 finally.
Maybe he's moving to shortstop this year.
That's the problem. They broke the news.
Yeah. But let's talk football. So Nick Sirianni, Mike McCarthy, both staying in Philly and Dallas, who both had, I would say, very disappointing seasons, or season ending at least. I mean, the Cowboys, I would say, had a good year before, what was that, Sunday? When Jordan Love and the Packers just came in and dominated them. Like, absolutely dominated them, was not even close. And then Nick Sirianni got bakered on Monday night. Just the team never looked right. Obviously, the A.J. Brown situation, no one knows what's happening.
To be there.
Nah, it was weird, man. It was weird.
Who's that?
The Eagles. They didn't look like they wanted to be there.
They punted that game, dude.
Unreal.
Like we said in the message, only 2 people look like they even gave half of a crap. And that's DeAndre Swift and now the retired Jason Kelsey.
I hate Kelsey's going out on that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bad look,
dude. Like first team All Pro.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be the type of guy that wants to leave while he's still on
the
top.
Which,
I respect that.
I don't know.
And his body's probably banged
with
up.
him, I don't know when he'd ever, not be
be
that. Like if he played next year, he'd still be one of the best there is.
Yeah.
And at what point does it just not happen for him?
I wonder if that tells you kind of what the locker room's like.
Maybe he didn't have fun this year.
He might be tired of his surroundings because he's hinted at that.
God knows what he's making on the pod.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I make the money just by watching the TikToks every single day. Like,
and he made $81 million in career. I saw that the other day.
And
so, I mean,
dude goes to McDonald's for breakfast still. Like, he ain't going through no money, man.
No.
Yeah, he
like his wife never looks like she's wearing fancy clothes or nothing like that. He's just a down to earth guy.
He walks into the games in sweatpants and
he's not like his brother.
Yeah,
Trav.
Trav.
Which he's about to marry a billionaire. So what's money to him?
Yeah.
Hey, my niece said that they're getting engaged in the summer. That's what I got told.
Wow!
Shout out Natalie.
That's what I got told.
That was quick.
Yeah.
How did she come up with that?
She said she saw it on the internet.
It's not gonna be a cruel summer. I guess. That's why.
I guess not. Yeah. She said Taylor and Travis are getting engaged in the summer. So there's that.
Well, there goes his career.
Yeah, I guess so. He might retire.
He keeps dropping balls.
Hey. He's dropping balls, all right. But yeah, let's talk about Saturday.
Talk more about him in a minute.
Yeah. Well, also, I guess before we get into the games, we can talk Bill Belichick. That happened since our last podcast. Which we kind of figured it was happening.
Yeah, but it's kind of like Saban. Well, not as to the gravity.
It's pretty crazy.
We saw Belichick coming. Yeah. We didn't see Saban coming.
I'm still shook up about it. I still can't believe it.
I'm not. Every
we
time
need like an
RIP
old Twitter
Saban.
machine. poster or
Ooh, we
something
do
up
need
here.
an RIP. That would be hilarious.
Like I picture him laying in the
Can we
ground.
customize something to? Like, we need that.
I bet
Dude,
there's
just somebody
something
has made something.
If not, we need to sell it.
Let's see. I can find something. What is this?
The man that don't give a piss about nothing but the tide.
Oh, Willie.
He's having a rough go at it. Man.
He's
He was
having a
boo-hooing.
rough go. Yeah.
He had a couple Miller
Blitz,
Lights. It looked like
Blitz,
but
Bama, Blitz.
Yeah. he said they were gonna. He said they were gonna blitz on offense.
Yeah, he said, "Put me as coach." They won't be no transferring.
I'm trying to find something.
I love how the first thing you find is Dave Portnoy saying Michigan killed.
That was true. I can't find anything. There's got to be something.
We need to make up something, go down to Baton Rouge and sell them.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be like a
RIP.
I'll just get a picture of Nick Saban in like a recliner or something.
Yeah,
like I don't care.
Smoking a stogie.
Yeah, just not.
Dude, Bama's done.
You think?
Nice.
Here we go. Picture of Saban in a recliner with a cocktail, watching LSU Bama, and LSU's killing Bama.
Oh,
that's
it.
Not a cocktail. He probably don't drink. I don't think.
He has to now.
Diet Coke.
Okay, Diet Coke,
Diet
and
Coke and
oatmeal
oatmeal cream pie in his hand.
And LSU's up 49-20.
Oh, and he's going crazy.
Yeah,
like you see smoke coming out of his head.
That's it. That's it. $1 million idea. But yeah, Belichick is gone, and it's a crazy feeling.
Crazy.
Because I mean, literally my entire life, it's been Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Same way it's been Tom Brady and football. But that's changed.
No, Tom Brady and winning football.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he doesn't really lose. But at the same time, like for the Patriots, Gerard Mayo is the guy they hire. Seems like that's just been the plan, and in Patriot way, they told no one.
That's so crazy to me that that's even allowed
The
that they can do
succession
that.
plan thing.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. I'm not
It
gonna
is.
lie, pretty
It
cool.
is. Like you can have you're pretty much grooming your head coach in the organization.
Yeah, I mean they had him named.
Let me ask y'all this question, because Buddy texted me this other day in one of our group messages, and I thought I said the answer pretty quickly, and then I started questioning different things about it. He said of the three coaches, Saban, Belichick, and Pete Carroll, which career is the most impressive?
Oof.
Saban, Pete Carroll, and Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pete was successful at both levels.
Pete got both.
That's what I said. I said he got championships in both.
But Pete also cheated at USC.
They just gave Reggie's people a place to live. I'm okay with that. He came from nothing.
But like
they didn't pay Reggie.
He cheated at USC. He cheated.
Oh, he beyond cheated.
He cheated.
He just gave Reggie's people a place to live.
Cheated.
But everybody cheats.
But Belichick's cheating. I mean,
so I deflate gate.
Because that's
Saban bought challengers.
As soon as he sent that, I texted. I said Pete, because he won championships in both.
Which I think he's probably the only one to do that.
I think
Jimmy
like
Johnson.
3. Yeah,
Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, that's the only other one. Then yeah.
I don't know anybody else. That's the only two I can think of.
I think there's a couple. Yeah,
Is it? Okay.
And
like,
I think
has
there's 3
sustained
because Harbaugh's
success.
wanting to get added to it now.
Yeah. That's the thing with Pete, man. Is like he's done it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you can't think of a time when the Seahawks were bad necessarily. Under Pete.
No, they never were.
I mean,
bad.
did they?
This last year or two has been the only time they
still kind of
last year
shocked
was
us.
all right.
It still kind of surprised us that they fired him.
Well, it surprised him.
You know, it kind of surprised everybody.
I think he wants to still coach again.
Yeah, I do too.
I really thought he was going to Atlanta, but apparently, he's not
He ain't
interviewing.
interviewed nowhere.
So
He
apparently,
might take a year.
He
as
might
the front
take
office
1
guy.
year. But I mean, crap, he ain't getting younger though. He's 72.
72.
Yeah.
I mean, but I got to thinking though, and it's like, you know what though, the sustained success Saban has done with all the changes and everything is almost just as impressive.
Yeah,
But even
Because Belichick, man, there's bad.
he's the least of the.
He's
three.
the least of the three, in my opinion.
But you also got to think about it like this:
Well,
Saban is kind of running from the
if
new world.
Belichick retired when Brady left, I don't think we think that way.
Oh no, we wouldn't, because we wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
But-
solid.
Saban
Like-
hasn't won with NIL. Saban hasn't won with transfer portal. His last one was with Tua, correct?
Matt.
All right,
2020.
so
2020,
the year after that.
I mean, he's been there. Though. I mean, he's
He loses
wasn't the
2
past
games instead of
this year.
0. So
Yeah, but I mean,
in college football, it's a big drop.
yeah.
oh, it's a huge drop, especially whenever you're dominating
looking
people
at
like he
Pete.
has been.
He won less than 7 games one time in his NFL career, and that was his 1 year with the Jets in '94. Every other year, he won 7 or more.
That's the thing with Pete. You forget about. I mean, like you think USC and Seattle.
Yeah.
Like you forget about his career before that.
Patriots, 3 years with the Patriots, 10-6, 9-7, 8-8, and then Seattle. He had 2 7-win seasons when he started. Since then, his lowest was 7-10 in 2021.
I didn't realize he's been there for 13 years. I remember him getting hired like it's the other day.
It's
That's crazy. I thought it's only been about 7 or 8.
And then at USC, 6-6 the first year, and then after that,
It was a powerhouse.
Absolute domination.
Powerhouse.
besides the crap's the Emerald Bowl.
It was on the same type run Georgia's on right now.
Yeah.
Wow, Lou Holtz was in his coaching tree.
Or he might be in Lou.
Oh, he
Holtz's.
worked. I'm about to say, how does that work?
Well, crap, Pete ain't much younger than Lou.
Yeah,
that is a factual statement.
Pete just got more energy and
Bo
not
Pelini?
age.
Where did Bo Pelini coach for him at?
New
Patriots.
England. That's random.
I didn't know Bo ever was in the NFL.
Linebacker coach for the Patriots.
He ain't an NFL guy. That's why he was there for like 2 years.
God,
and came out.
no.
Wow. Dan Quinn, Robert Sala, Jed Fish.
He's got a tree.
Fish was with Fish. Fish was at Seattle with him, wasn't he?
2010 quarterback coach.
Do you see the guys Fish has been with?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
He's never been at a place longer than 3 years as well.
Right, but he has been under some dudes, man.
Quarterback
Sean
coach for the
McVay.
Patriots. Yeah, Rams.
Belichick.
UCLA, was that Chip Kelly in 2017? Or was that Mora?
Where at?
UCLA 2017.
No, that would have been Mora.
Oh, he became the interim head coach. Michigan 15 and 16.
Rich Rod.
No, Rich Rod was before that.
Jeez.
Rich Rod was like early.
Who was the idiot they hired after Rich Rod? He was an idiot. Absolute idiot. Looked like an idiot, Peyton.
God, who was that?
Kind of looked like a potato.
Hoy?
That's it.
Hoy?
Brady Hoy.
Brady
Yeah,
Hoy? Is that his
Brady
name?
Hoy.
Came from San Diego State.
Is that his name?
He was a big heavyset guy. He came from San Diego State. Yep.
Not Brady.
Hoke.
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 That's him. Looks like a potato.
Yeah. He went back to San Diego State, I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he just retired.
Good for him.
Wow. Yeah, Brady Hoyt.
They were excited about him though.
Yeah.
If you remember that San Diego State was like in top 25 that time. They were relevant for San Diego State.
Oh, he was a Michigan man. That makes sense. He was there before.
But yeah, I mean, answer to that question, it's tough. I mean, they're all incredible in their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Belichick, Belichick and Saban were the two, like, we're going to do this for so long, and it's like there's really nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It was 20 years for each, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Saban from 2000 to now ran college football.
Yes.
For that same period, Belichick's ran the NFL, essentially.
Right.
But
people don't talk about Pete as much, though.
They don't. Well, with Belichick, these last couple of years were the bad of him, I guess you could say. While Saban had the bad of the NFL.
Yeah, Saban got out of there quick, though.
He did.
Which kind of helped him because you don't think about it.
And he came and resurrected or created Alabama.
Well, yeah.
And that helps out a lot, too.
I mean, it's a...
He's got people wanting to go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and there ain't really a whole lot there.
He's made Tuscaloosa, Alabama over $1 billion in 18 years.
He created Tuscaloosa, I think we can say.
Yes.
Like, we stopped there every trip to Chase's house.
Everything's new in there.
There's nothing there.
It's all...
but gas stations and food places. Like, there's nothing. There's no thriving industries.
Pops just because of football.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable.
Like, there's no massive towers or nothing like that.
No.
It's like you're driving through Ruston.
It's exactly like it is Ruston.
It's insane.
Yeah, there's a Cracker Barrel. There's a couple restaurants. Like just nothing crazy.
Hooters, there's an Arby's, all beside each other by a gas station.
Yeah,
and a Lowe's.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, I don't really know the actual answer to that though.
Yeah.
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. I still think it's Pete just because of what he did at both.
He did it at both. That's the thing.
He's the only one that those three that can definitely say that. Matter of fact, he's the only one that can say that in history, other than a couple other people.
Yeah.
In the sustained success.
Yes.
At both.
Sustained
now, which
success.
did he
even in New England? I mean, he was winning in New England.
Two years of playoffs.
Yeah, like he was above 500 almost every year.
And now, did he go back and win more than one championship? No, he won one. Should have won another.
That's the
and
thing. That's
people
the thing.
thought they were going to win multiple others.
Mhm.
You know.
And if he'd have just ran the ball at the one, we'd have had 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
I think
They would have had 2 Super Bowls and 2 national
I
championships.
think we're looking at Pete completely different if that would have happened too. You could, I mean,
Russell Wilson.
you could goad him almost with
Yeah.
two in each in both.
2 in each. Back-to-backs in each.
Yes.
That's what that would have been. 13-14 and 03-04.
It's freaking nuts.
He would have had back-to-backs in 2 different sports.
Wow.
And he gets fired, and it shocks you. That's the thing, you know.
Yeah. Well,
That's
he got
the thing.
fired
That's
after
a testament to how good he is.
the year before was, I mean, he resurrected Geno Smith and like led them to a playoff appearance
Where they go?
with Geno Smith.
11-6 last year.
9-8.
9-8,
Okay.
but they started off really hot.
It was hot. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
I mean,
Like borderline,
the
like
one
7-0
year
or something.
7-10 in 2021, but that was when Russ got hurt, I believe, because then they traded Russ, right?
Yeah, it had to be.
Yes.
Let's see.
Scroll up there, the roster.
Well, I was looking to see.
It's definitely when he got hurt. It's his last year.
Yeah. So how many games did he play that year? Oh, did Geno come in that year and play for them? Geno was a backup.
Yeah, because then they trade for Drew Lock, and everybody's like, "Oh, Drew Lock's going to be the starter." And
Yeah.
then he's like, "No, kind of like what we have here with Geno." And we laughed, and we were wrong.
Yeah. Last season
For a
Russell
year, we were
Wilson
wrong.
and-
Yeah, just for a
Just
year.
for a year.
Just for a year. It didn't last long.
yeah, that's crazy. I mean, Pete definitely deserves to be in that conversation with him too. Yet it doesn't really. He doesn't
He's
get
not.
that. He doesn't get that respect.
No, he doesn't.
And I guess maybe because
And I think some of it, dude, just because of the being on the West Coast.
yeah,
He's not in down here.
they're always
not a-
they're always playing a 3:00 game. in
Not a very
Seattle.
well liked organization.
like it's just. I feel like it's.
You don't meet Seahawks fans everywhere.
You don't.
You did during 2013 though.
That was different though.
yeah,
LOB.
Legion of Boom. Like there was people down here who loved the Seahawks.
All the little white boys loved Russell
Yeah.
Wilson too.
Yeah, and that lime green jersey.
Because he prayed before games. Everybody loved him down here.
When that lime green come on, oh
Yeah.
man, that did hit different.
It did. Everybody
You remember-
everybody liked the Seahawks. No one really hated them.
until Marshawn Lynch did a
Yeah.
run against us.
Y'all remember when Richard Sherman was talking crap to Crabtree after that game?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then everybody was
Grab
like,
the mic,
"Oh,
man."
I wish he wasn't on Russell Wilson's team. I like the Seahawks. And I'm cheering for Russell Wilson, but not Richard Sherman." Y'all remember all that crap?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was a hard time for me.
Sherman,
As an
man,
American.
had a 2 to 3 year stint where he was just like that dude.
And it's weird to
He
see.
had a Darrell Revis type little run.
It's weird to see Sherman do his pods and always wearing 49ers hat.
yeah,
Like he's a Seattle guy. He's not a 49er.
but he's from California.
He's from San Fran.
Yeah, I mean, so
But still.
Went to Stanford and everything.
Yeah, but still, like he's a Seattle guy.
Yeah, I mean that LOB was like
scary.
defining defense of the 2010s.
Yeah, like I wish that could
They
be.
put the whole group on Madden.
I wish that
Yeah.
could be a Hall of Fame category. Like this group
Yes.
should be in the Hall of
Yes.
Fame because
Yeah.
for 5 years or so
You didn't want to play him.
No, they took
Cam
over the
Chancellor,
Brandon
Earl Thomas,
Browner,
Brandon Browner,
Thomas,
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, and then you got to
They-
throw in Bobby Wag,
Bobby Wag,
And
and,
then-
you had Bruce Irvin.
Bruce Irvin,
You had Bennett.
Frank Clark was out there.
You had Bennett at
Michael Bennett,
D tackle.
yeah, running away from the cops.
And
And
we
you
got
had the nickel corner, old boy from LSU,
Daryl Simon.
Daryl Simon. I think
Oh,
was there.
Daryl Simon! Wow, I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Yeah,
Dude.
Daryl Simon, man.
Corey Raymond got him, by the way.
There you go.
Speaking of Corey Raymond,
Welcome back.
yeah, we get Brandon Browner and he sucks.
Yeah, he
He
couldn't stop getting penalties.
Yeah, he freaking
Brandon
was a
Browner.
penalty. Golly.
And then Earl had to retire pretty early.
Yeah, he did.
Cam
Still
Chancellor
think- I still
retired
think
early.
He's going to the Cowboys.
Yeah, no doubt.
Still thinking it. He's signing this weekend, man.
And he's the one that
Chandler was the one that I hated to retire early because that dude was
he
so
had
big
some weird injury
for a corner.
He hit too hard.
Or safety. I'm
He
sorry.
was a freak.
He
He
was
was
big.
strong. He hit too hard.
God, he was so
too
big.
physical.
Well, then on the
Peyton.
other side,
he wouldn't have lasted today.
He couldn't play.
He barely could play back then.
He couldn't play.
He couldn't play today.
Doug Baldwin had to retire early on offense.
Doug Baldwin.
Ricardo Lockett had to retire early.
Had neck injuries. Marshawn Lynch was on that team.
Who's the dude that caught that weird touchdown in the Super Bowl, or had the big play that got them to the one? Because remember that.
Oh yeah.
That play gets forgotten because he made an incredible catch and then
Falling
they ended up
backwards.
not scoring. Who was that?
As soon as you say it, dude, I'm gonna know it.
Who was that?
Dude, it was a crazy catch too. On the right side, bottom of the screen.
Like that was the one game he had was that Super Bowl.
And everybody was thinking, "Oh crap, here we go again." It was like a 14 or a 16.
What's his name? Chris Matthews. And Jermaine Kearse is another one. Chris Matthews is the one that had the game, and he like never did anything else in his career.
Yep, ran a 4.57.
NFL
40.
career stats: 16 catches, 176 yards, 1 touchdown. In the Super Bowl, he had 4 catches, 109, and a touchdown. That's insane. Jermaine Kearse, though, another great receiver.
They had Percy Harvin for a little while too.
Percy Harvin, man.
That was I remember
Sidney Rice.
I remember them getting him like they thought he was going to be the game changer for him. They needed.
Look at
Which everybody that got Percy Harvin thought that.
look at Brady's
I still
weapons over
think
here.
it would happen.
Brady had 11 catches from Shane Vereen.
Freaking fullback, wasn't it?
Brandon LaFell out here, 4 catches and a touchdown.
Tutty.
Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, Gronk.
Dude, LaFell was so good.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't realize he had a touchdown.
He had a much longer career than
he
you
stayed in the
remember.
league forever.
He must have
2010
been
to
really
2018.
smart. He must have been a really smart guy.
LaFell that was like the first
Because he wasn't like a
stud
freak.
that I remember of LSU.
Number 9.
Like him and Demetrius Byrd a little bit before him. Like those were the guys that
Auburn.
I
the
remember.
corner.
Yeah. I loved LaFell.
Still waiting on Skylar Green. That's my one, man. I remember him and Michael Clayton. I still think Skylar's gonna be good.
Michael Clayton.
KJ Wright, another one.
That 03 team has so many freaking athletes.
Cliff
Justin
Averill.
Vincent was a good tailback too.
Marcus Spears. He had a scholarship to play football at LSU and a basketball scholarship to play for Coach K at Duke. Like, think about that. He's a D
That's all
tackle.
you gotta know.
Like,
But yeah, let's talk about the playoffs.
Corey Webster just retired, by the way, on that team.
Yeah.
Corey Webster just retired.
Like last week.
He was on that 03 team.
He was waiting for a shot. He was just waiting for
He
his
thought
chance.
he thought he'd get called up to the squad for the Giants,
Let
man.
me tell you, looking at him when he signed
ready.
he was ready to me.
He's ready. But yeah, Saturday we got it started off. Browns Texans. Man, if you wrote our bets, not a good week there. Everyone had Browns -2 besides me,
Duh,
the Browns fan, and then I had Flacco 2 touchdowns. Also didn't happen.
The Browns.
The Browns, man.
The magic ran out.
It did. Flacco's
So
magic
quickly.
went away. It went away.
I feel bad for them too, because like they really overachieved
Yeah.
and kind of had no business being there.
But everything fell right for them.
Yeah,
You got an unexperienced team you're playing. You're in a dome.
like it was the perfect situation.
And then you
Rookie
just,
quarterback, rookie coach.
You just crap the freaking. Oh man,
It was pretty bad.
that was
but-
embarrassing.
And even though that happened, there's still you still got to look at the season as a success for the Browns.
Oh, it's a huge success.
I mean, 11-6, and the last loss was against the Bengals when they didn't play anybody. I mean, you won 11 games with 5 different quarterbacks if you count Jeff Driscoll at the last game. One of them being Joe Flacco, who literally was not on a team till about October. You lost your workhorse in Nick Chubb early in the year. Like, what was that, week 1, week 2?
2, I think.
It was too early.
night game.
Yeah. It was the
Thursday night football.
It was the Monday night where Browns and Saints doubleheadered.
That's
and
right.
I was like, it's my teams, and then my night was ruined.
Yeah, very early too.
Yeah, ruined early. I didn't.
No,
even,
extremely successful season though.
It was.
I think,
a lot of
honestly.
injuries on the defense as well. Denzel
Still-
Ward was banged up all year.
Still a lot of question marks. I think you could say.
Well, especially when you're paying your quarterback $64 million
yeah.
next year.
They're going to push.
That's
They're going
that's going to hurt that roster some.
They're going to restructure that, and then it'll make it 75 the next year. That's what's going to happen.
And then they can restructure that.
Yeah.
And restructure.
They're
gonna be
in the
paying
Saints method.
They're
going
to
to
be paying that dude when he's 50.
Yes, they're in the
Holy
Saints
crap.
method right now. They're probably just waiting on him to have
But I think
another sexual assault charge.
Yeah, they're hoping. Is what they're doing.
Void it.
They are putting massage. They're opening them up around the stadium for him.
Oh, I guarantee in that contract it says if he has any legal issues,
It's all
any type of legal issue, it's done.
Yeah.
But I do think the big issue here is the defense looked terrible.
On the
And
road,
that's-
man, it was so.
And that's what they've been hanging their hat on.
I've never seen a defense be so different on the road than they are at home.
Dallas Cowboys.
But
Except for this weekend.
even their defense though was still good. Like that Dolphins game, they gave up 20 points.
Yeah,
It was more
22.
the Cowboys as a team that couldn't perform on the road, while the Browns defense, look at on the road, they were giving up. Let's see, they go 31 to the Bengals and Jake Browning, 22 to the Texans. 36 to the Rams, 29 to the Broncos, 33 to the Ravens, 24 to the Seahawks, 38 to the Colts, and 26 to the Steelers. So the lowest you're looking at was 22 against the Texans last month.
wow.
And then at home, you're pitching 3, 28 from the Ravens, 17 to the Niners, 0, 10, 27, 17, and 20. It's like
It's a little bit different.
It's so different. It's insane. I've never seen anything like that, and I don't really know the reasoning behind it.
It's a dog pound, baby.
I mean, I guess just the dog pound. Usually, it's a little bit of a sloppy weather, but still, a defense that performs that well usually travels. I don't really know what happened.
Well, I'll tell you this: JOK traveled.
JOK is a stud.
That dude
He's a
is
stud.
really freaking good at football.
He's a stud. And maybe the Texans just they had that good game plan. I don't know.
Shout out to Miko.
Shout out to Miko. Shout out Bobby Slowick. I mean, the offense came to play immediately, and that Texans team is they're built for it, man.
I never felt a Myles Garrett presence.
No,
Barely knew he played,
Yeah,
which is insane to say.
like that.
Well, he gets double teamed a lot, and usually throughout the year you've seen the other guys step up in those situations, but
they weren't.
Well, they lost D tackle Maurice Hurst was one of the starters that took a lot of pressure off him. He got hurt. Like they've had so many injuries. Denzel Ward was banged up all year. Grant Delpit, who they signed to an extension, and then he tore his pec the next day. Like just stuff like that.
What happened to Phillips?
He got hurt again this year.
I know, but wasn't it like a hamstring or
it was,
something?
Yeah, I think
It was
last
similar to
year,
the same
last year
hamstring
was
off
pec.
the bone.
What'd you say?
Did he tear his hamstring off the bone?
I don't know.
I'm
was
with you. I think
something
it was something strange.
Strange.
Last year was his pec. I know. Let's see.
Yeah, I remember the Peck.
Uh,
I always liked him.
Dude, I loved him at LSU.
Me too. Never
August
got the credit he should have
2023.
deserved. He just
Let me
looked
see.
like an NFL linebacker his whole college career.
I wonder if he just kept having a pec issue. Does it even say?
'Cause
Yeah.
it was like
It was a pec again.
3 or it was early in
Well,
the
that'd
year.
be good.
I wonder if he retore it.
That can't be good.
It was preseason, August 13.
Oh, okay.
So,
Really early.
Yeah, last year he missed the whole season with it, essentially.
And then they thought Delpit was going to come back after a few weeks with his
Yeah, they
pec.
thought he was coming back.
Well, yeah, he was practicing, but he
Yeah.
couldn't give it a go. Yeah, man, they were banged up all year. Offensive line was missing 3 offensive tackles. You only start 2. They're missing 3. That's how bad that was. Batonio was hurt in the game. Like they had so many injuries. I believe Ethan Pochik got hurt as well during the year. Like they were playing with house money. And you know, if you're a Browns fan or a football fan at all, you don't really care about that. You just say, if we're in the playoffs, we want to win it all. But they were. I think they can run it back next year still. Obviously, the Watson situation, what can you get from him? Fired their OC today, which didn't really call plays, but people before the Flacco insanity run happened. People were already calling for that move to be happening.
They
anyway.
need somebody to find Watson.
Yeah. I mean, bring
He's
in,
got to connect with somebody.
Yeah, bring in someone else. And Stefanski had an incredible year. He's not the problem, but
him and Chubb to me don't fit in the same backfield.
Yeah, well, what made Watson so good? Crap, what was that? 3 years ago now, 4 years ago when he was Watson. When he was the Texans playing the Chiefs and having
a
20-point lead in the playoffs against the Chiefs. I mean, he was playing spread offense.
Yeah,
and
so we played Clemson.
What Cleveland does is pistol and like under center type stuff.
Yeah, under center.
We're going to play hard physical football, which
I could see him being.
That's the thing. I think he can be. He can almost have like a Russell Wilson type play style.
He's more of a pocket guy than an out of pocket guy, anyway, in my opinion.
But I think just using Chubb to establish the run, and then I could see Watson being a good play action guy. That's one of the main things the Browns offense runs off of is the play action and the boots and stuff like that.
Because you have such a dynamic running back.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've got a guy like Watson who's pretty mobile or is when he's not healthy. I mean, when he is healthy. I think that can work. It's just they haven't had the time together yet. One's been hurt, and if one's not hurt, the other is, and sometimes both are. But yeah, I think once everything gets together, I mean, Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, David Njoku, Amari Cooper, you can make something work. You would think.
You would think.
You would think. I mean,
especially after what Njoku did this year.
That's an elite talent at every position. If Watson comes back to 80% of what he was, like you're not asking for Watson 4 years, like 3 years after the draft.
Flacco can do it.
I would like to see them draft a receiver.
Yeah,
I'd like to see him kind of give
because
a young.
Elijah Moore showed some flashes.
Yeah. I mean Moore's fine,
but I still don't know how he didn't die the other day.
I don't know how. Like losing DPJ, who was so good last year, they just traded him to Detroit, and he hasn't done anything in Detroit either.
He caught a punt the other night.
I liked him a lot. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, if they could get a legit extra option, and hey, there's a receiver draft this year.
Yes,
so many. But yeah, the Browns will be fine. The story though, I mean. Even if you're a Browns fan or if you're just a fan of football, it's fun watching the Texans and it's fun watching C.J. Stroud. It really is. Perfect passer rating in his first ever freaking NFL playoff game against a defense that, yes, bad on the road, but still one of the better units in the NFL. And he was just every time you watch this man, it feels like you're watching that next superstar.
It does. I'm not trying to take this away from C.J. because he made some throws that were wow.
They scored on some screen passes.
Holy freaking crap! That offensive play calling though.
Yeah,
like, there's guys open every. Yeah. Like I mean,
good man.
Yeah, it's a very. Good.
And you're running this offense without Tank Dell, who was their number one for a while.
He is their one.
I think Nico's came around to be that one.
It's a 1A 1B situation.
Well, and they're so different.
They're not separating
Nico's
each other.
6'4" and a physical threat. Yeah. Tank Dell's 5'9" and he takes the top off the defense.
Yeah.
And then Noah Brown got hurt, put on injury reserve this week. Another guy who had like multiple 150-yard games this year. So they're not even doing this with the fully healthy team.
Well, no.
Brevin Jordan got in the game and scored.
And Cancer,
tight end.
And they don't even have Cancer, dude.
Yeah, John Mechie. Yeah, he's not really
wait till
fully
he figures
going
it
yet.
out. I mean, this is his rookie year basically.
Yeah, he made a catch or two, and
because he was freaking good at Bama.
He's in the same situation as Jameson Williams. They both got the talent. It's just like they haven't had that full off season of getting it to click yet.
I mean, Jameson still ain't had it.
No, I don't know.
No, and
Jameson worries me because
I think he's going to be good though.
He just looks lost out there. I don't know.
I just think
he looks
needs
better.
I think he needs that full off season.
He looks better Sunday. Yeah, he ain't had an off season.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't had a normal start to a season yet still.
And it looks like he probably won't have a normal one when they lose their
OC.
Yeah. Which that might be good. He might can reset, bring in a new mind, get a fresh start with everybody.
He'd be new. Yeah, he'd be on the same even playing field with everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the Texans, man, they're good. They're good. The defense played well. I mean, big
defense is they don't have quite the talent yet there.
But they've got that coach, man.
They got D'Amico. He's gonna scheme it well.
I saw a clip today of the pick six that Christian Harris had. D'Amico came up to him before the play as a linebacker, told him exactly what to do, and it happened. Like, just D'Amico's just that dude.
D'Amico's, yeah.
And then Stingley, our boy, balling out, man.
Woo!
Balling out.
He's freaking on.
He's defined, yeah.
Holy cow!
Which kind of surprised me because
he was
LSU's really good at bulking people up. You know,
that's a different kind of bulk, man. Yeah. Whoa, he looks like a freaking stud.
And I mean that's a Texans team. Jalen Petrie at safety as well, very good player. Will Anderson, a beast off the edge. And one thing I love, Anderson and Stroud are both captains.
Yeah.
Yes, the team's pretty young, but for having your top dudes, your cornerstones, like
Stroud, I could see it. To see the C on Will Anderson,
yes,
that's impressive to me.
And you heard, I heard somewhere, it might be on the broadcast, they were talking about whenever they both came in, them two talked to each other before, like the first day of training camp or OTAs or whatever, and they were like, we're gonna wait the waters, you know, get used to everybody, and then we're gonna lead. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
And they won the team over that easily.
That's so cool, man. It like there's just no way to not root for that, in my opinion.
Oh, I love it.
Even though we don't like Alabama, we don't really like Ohio State, like, but still, those guys they don't seem like they give you no reason not to root for them. D'Amico Ryans as well, like,
very likable people.
I mean, C.J. Stroud, every time the man gets on the mic, first off, let me shout out God. Like, every time. Every time.
Unless MSNBC is showing a highlight and they take that out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You didn't see that?
They cut it.
They blocked it?
Outkicked it to 2-2.
Really?
Yeah, they bleeped out.
Ooh, that's weird.
No, it's not.
I've never seen that.
That's what they do.
Interesting.
That's a bad
They're like the most liberal news
network there is.
Yeah, they're more liberal than CNN.
Huh. Never knew that.
Shout out Jack Mack at Barstool.
I tell you what.
Ever since Barstool sold back to Portnoy, he's kind of let his hair down. That dude's a hardcore Republican.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know that. I've learned a lot about that man.
He's not even scary. He's not even from the South.
No.
He's from like Connecticut.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
He bleeds red. More than I do.
What when you watch C.J. Stroud though, you're like, ooh, Ryan Day. How did you not win with this dude?
Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave,
Abuka, Marvin Harrison Jr.
He had Marvin Harrison Jr. with CJ. And
So
how
many,
did
man.
you not? That's a bad look for you, Ryan.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
I mean, because you finally got an Ohio State quarterback that's actually doing something in the NFL, and you did won nothing with. You couldn't even beat your rival with.
Ever.
Yeah, CJ never beat Michigan.
I really hope they can keep Slowick. I really hope they do.
It's seeming like they are.
I've seen a lot of him to Tennessee.
I forget they're open.
I saw Aaron Glenn to Tennessee. Ooh.
People just love him, man.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Which means the defense plays
if your
fine.
defense
plays hard,
though, and you make that higher, you're changing fan bases. Like you're moving on. Like God, that's what Will Levis needs. Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
I mean, you just had Vrabel. Like it's time to go.
If you've got a young quarterback, you have to go offense. In my opinion,
you have to.
You have to go.
It's
offense.
2024. There's no way you cannot.
Like what?
Now, if you got
what
vet,
defensive coach is good right now? Like what defensive head coach is like leading a great team? D'Amico.
But he's got Slowick.
He's got Slowick.
Yeah. Other than D'Amico, nobody.
No.
I mean, I guess
McDermott's
going to be your next one because I mean that's other than that they're the only two defense.
But Joe Brady's making a lot of money right now.
Because Tomlin just got beat out.
You give Brady one more year, and he's going to be a guy.
Mike McDaniel's doing it for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Andy Reid for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
McVay for the Rams.
Right.
Whatever Dan Campbell is with Ben Johnson.
He's an offensive guy though.
Harbaugh still we still don't understand that.
McCarthy is that for Dallas.
Yeah.
He's an offensive guy.
Offensive guy.
LaFleur for the Packers.
Offensive for sure.
Tomlin.
He's a defensive
football
guy.
coach.
Yeah,
he's a leader of men.
And then Eagles, Sirianni, we determined just a football coach.
yeah.
Great interviewer.
Heck of an interviewer. Bad press conference.
Todd Bowles defense, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to win, you need to go offense.
You got to go offense. It's dumb.
With
Hey,
young
who's the
quarterback,
head coach
you
for the
have to.
Saints? What's he?
Defense.
He's not a leader of men. He's not a defensive coach. He's not. Well, he's a
The locker room loved him.
He's a heck of a he got Mickey Loomis tied somehow. I don't know. I don't get it.
He's blackmailing
He's
or something.
Bill Belichick future apparently. Mickey Loomis scored it.
That's right. Yeah.
He's Shula. He's Belichick.
Chuck Noll, Don
Noll.
Shula, Bill Belichick, Dennis Allen. That's the 4 names you think of. Like
I'm not Rushmore.
yeah, hey, give it 20 years. Give it 20 years, and we'll be laughing.
I was thinking though. Oh, speaking of that, I know this is stupid, but like Pete Carmichael got fired. I'm like, there's a freaking dude that's a senior in high school that's never had an OC search for the Saints. Like he's been his OC for his whole.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think, man, this is exciting for me because we've never I hadn't had an OC hire in
when did
years.
Peyton happen?
06.
I was 6.
Yeah.
I'm 23.
Like I'm telling you, it's weird.
We're having a new OC. I'm 23 years old.
Think about that, man. Yeah.
That's as long as I've watched football. Because 06 was the first year. That was the first Super Bowl I remember.
Not Katrina.
It was Colts Bears that year. That's the first Super Bowl I remember watching. So literally my entire football life.
Peyton and Kyle Orton?
Grossman.
Yeah. Because the
Opening
Saints
kickoff.
lost to the Bears that year in the conference championship.
At Chicago.
Yeah.
Drew got, his weather was, I remember that.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, yeah.
But that was the first year I remember watching like the Super Bowl and everything. And then, so literally since then.
That's what's crazy. Like
my entire Saints
I actually
fandom, it's
see
been Pete Carmichael.
I texted in MVP for Peyton Manning that night. He won it. That's when you would text in the vote for MVP.
Oh yeah.
I asked Mom if I could do it. She said, yeah. So I texted in Peyton Manning MVP.
Yeah, like we've seen 20 different DCs come through, but we've never got the experience.
And the thing is, like, I've never known who Pete Carmichael was till about 3 years ago. Like,
because you had Sean Payton.
We had Sean Payton.
Yeah.
It was like we didn't have an offensive coordinator.
But you know what? Like, as much as we bash Pete, like, you got to give him his props, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, the dude, the year that Peyton got suspended for a whole year, he was your play caller.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Pete's done a lot of good things for us. It's just
been a rough ending.
It's just the time.
It's been Bill Belichick in New England.
Yes.
There you go. That's what it's been.
Yes.
That's what it's been. Hey, but Bill Belichick in New England, Dennis Allen in New Orleans. That's what we're
heading toward.
That's what we got going on here.
Yeah.
Hey, and
next thing
if it happens, it happens. Like I'll be happy if he turns into Bill Belichick.
I'll be phenomenally happy. I will wear cut-off hoodies. I mean, I'll do whatever I need to do.
Derek Carr and Dennis Allen. I mean, that's the new Brady and Belichick.
Or maybe it's Belichick with Bledsoe, and we have our Brady in the building.
Our new Brady. Okay.
We get the Brady this year.
Jake Herner? Oh.
No, we get the Brady this year.
Oh, okay.
Fresno State, baby.
Not Fresno State steroid freak. No.
Yeah, he got steroids. Why?
Have you seen him?
Yeah.
I met him at training camp. He's a little dude.
Oh man. But next
Back
game,
to the wild card weekend.
Yeah. Sorry.
Dolphins Chiefs.
I watched Hard Knocks last night.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
I recommend the show. I've really enjoyed it way more than I thought I would, but a lot of that's due to the fact of who's on it, I think.
Yes.
Mike McDaniel, most awkward human being in the world.
Dude, he looks awkward.
He's the best.
I love him, but he's so awkward.
He looked absolutely so miserable the other night. He looked cold. Like
he was shivering. He was very, very cold.
He's miserable because who he has at quarterback.
Yeah, he
stuck.
likes to. But I felt bad for the Dolphins to an extent because of their defensive situation. They showed Justin Houston, Bruce Irvin, and whoever the other dude was getting signed.
Walk in. Start practicing. Yeah.
And what number you want? You're starting this Sunday.
The outside linebackers.
Oh, we got 68 and 74. Here you go.
Outside linebackers coach is having to introduce him to everybody. He's like, Bruce has one Super Bowl, I think. Justin, you got one? He said, nah, I left before they won.
Oh, dang.
They don't even know the guy.
I thought Justin was on that KC
I thought
team
he was too.
Was he in
I would have
Carolina?
lost every bet.
He was already gone. I thought he was
He
too.
went to like Carolina or something.
Because whenever he said Bruce had a Super Bowl, I was like, well, you better say Justin did. And he said, you got a Super Bowl? He said, no. And then Melvin Gordon's back. Melvin Ingram.
Melvin Ingram.
Yeah,
Melvin Ingram's back there, who has gained like 60 pounds since L.A. when he played for the Chargers. He's back there.
Justin Houston went to the Colts, Ravens, then Panthers.
There you go.
Wow.
He's back there, and they're like, he said, yeah, man, I was on this team last year. Then I got cut, stayed at home, worked out, coached my kids soccer. And then they called me back about a month ago, and I'm back.
He said worked out. You just said he gained 60 pounds.
Oh, he's noticeably larger. Like, looking at him, I was like, he's gotten bigger, I think. And then they showed a picture of him in San Diego. I was like, oh, yeah. He gained about 40 or 50.
Because he was more of like an outside linebacker, stand-up rusher type guy.
Yeah, he put his hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
Outside, but still. But I hate it for him because Bradley Chubb was having a great year. Jalen Phillips having a great year.
What?
But I don't feel bad for him because the Bills have all the same injuries, not to that extent. But
what I sat there after that game, I thought about, like, what are you doing with this roster for Miami?
Yeah.
Because you went all in.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey's aging. Bradley Chubb is not any younger, and he just had a severe injury.
Xavier Howard's old, too.
Xavier Howard's old. The other
Jalen Phillips. But
he's pretty young.
He's young.
He's like 25, 26.
Him and Van Ginkel are both young. So that's good.
But you're at that.
D tackles are young, too.
Christian Wilkins.
He might be one of my favorite people in the world.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you remember him hitting the splits after beating Alabama in the national championship.
He's Kelton Moss, Clay.
Yeah.
He reminds me so much of Kelton. It's ridiculous.
He hit the splits.
But for me, going into watching that show and being like, I hate the Dolphins, I kind of like the people. I'm not going to root for the team, obviously. But
if they weren't in the Bills
cool
division,
folks.
You'd be rooting for them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Breaking news, Tua just threw another ball behind the line of scrimmage.
And it didn't work.
Bro,
that was I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do with them.
Yeah, I don't know what you do either. You don't, because you got to pay him.
You're stuck. Like you said, you're stuck.
But you can't pay him. I mean, could you get away with paying him $30 a year?
I don't know.
In today's market? Like, I don't know how you can, because he's going like, no, you know what? I'll go test the waters, and somebody will probably give him 35, 40. Yeah.
Like we've talked, like I mentioned the Trevor Lawrence situation, I think last week. That's not happening this offseason.
No.
That's a year away before that big move can happen. What other big move is there? Kirk Cousins? That's your big move, but is he not Tua?
Russell Wilson's out there.
But, I mean,
that's not gonna,
you don't want that.
That's not going to work. I almost would say the upside of Tua is not any better than Kirk. At least you get a guy that's not.
But does like you've got Super Bowl aspirations with this team?
If you're going to move on from Tua, you got to do it now.
Does Kirk does he elevate you to that? If you put Kirk Cousins on this team this year, they're not. With Tua, it's still like, maybe
he's a cheaper Tua.
I think Kirk's going. I think he's going to max out. I think he's going to get 40 plus.
Well, I guess not cheaper, shorter time frame.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's probably a 2-year deal with a third option.
Yeah,
but if you're going to move on from Tua, you got to do it now, because his stock's never going to be higher after leading the league in passing this year like he did, and actually playing an entire season without getting hurt.
He's got the 5th-year option, so and that's already it's already been accepted. So you can just play it out.
So he's a free agent after next year.
Yeah, $23 million next year for him.
You do it now if you do it. That's
Which
the thing.
Some of it's Mike McDaniel's. He's got to have. He has that makes the team kind of have a soft mentality about him. There's no edge to him.
Their receivers don't help that either, since they're all quick guys
and they're little.
Yeah,
like they're
the running backs
little.
Too. The running backs too, man.
Oh, man,
which A-Chan is like a lot bigger than I thought.
Yeah,
he was also standing beside Tyreek.
He's thick.
I was
so fast.
I was showing Harley that last night. They had him, Mostert, Waddle, and Tyreek, and they were talking about doing a race for charity. And I was like, those are 4 really fast guys. And Harley was like, even that one over there on the side? I said, he's allegedly the fastest one out of all of them. She said, I wouldn't think it. I was like, yeah.
He's fast. But they've all got the same feel. Like they don't have that.
No, there's nothing different about it.
No. Which is, I mean, he's obviously trying to build the San Francisco model. I mean, McCaffrey, even though he is a fast freak, like he still has that physical edge.
Yes.
Debo, like he's still short, but he's physical as crap.
Physical. And then they got their linebacker, the 49ers, the one that
Fred Warner.
No, not linebacker. I'm sorry, fullback.
Juszczyk.
Yeah. That brings that edge about it.
George Kittle.
Miami has nothing like that.
Yeah. Not a guy, not a soul.
I mean, they need
Braxton Berrios,
which I mean,
Robbie Chosen.
They don't have that on the defensive end.
It's essentially what their team is. I mean, it's the Miami Dolphins. Like it fits.
Like they say, it's the greatest show on grass. That's just what they are.
It fits Miami.
I mean, it's either
while the other team fits 49ers.
They're either one seed or bust.
Yeah,
that's what they feel like.
Yeah,
and I feel like they could get. They have a team that can be a 1 seed.
Oh, absolutely. If it all lines up.
They have a team that can win the Super Bowl. Even with Tua, I think they can win the Super Bowl.
They have to be one.
Right. It has to be a 1 seed.
Or even if it's not a 1 seed, you can't go to Kansas City and it be historically cold. Like that even though is
if it was in the 20s, they probably have a better shot.
But that record of the below 40,
it's pretty crazy.
That's a crazy.
Which I don't think they beat a team with a winning record this year.
They did not.
That also does not help.
The Cowboys is only one.
That
was the one.
I mean, they suck too. So.
Yeah, see how well that went. Yeah, it's just they're in a tough spot because they did so many trades to go all in. And Jalen Ramsey's is getting up there in age.
Yeah, he's getting old to be a corner.
And you're paying him a heck of a lot of money.
Yeah.
I just
rightfully so.
And you got your starting left tackle who's possibly retire anytime in Armstead. I mean, he's not. He's got to be 35.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was with us forever, almost 10
long
years.
enough that we thought he might retire.
Yeah. So I mean, you
had injury history.
You got a roster that's aging quick. Man,
it's all around the entire NFL. Like, I don't know if there's a roster in the NFL that's not going to have question marks, or not even just a roster, an organization that's not going to have question marks going into next year.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, honestly, the Texans are probably one of the teams that might not. But their biggest question mark might be who's calling our plays if Slowick leaves. Like, even for San Fran, if things go wrong and they don't make it to the Super Bowl, do you question Purdy again? Like, there's a very
I will.
Like, if the Niners don't win the Super Bowl, they're going to have questions.
They are.
Just because there's no reason why they shouldn't almost at this point. Baltimore, they're going to have questions. They always will.
They will.
The Chiefs have questions, which is no one expected that.
The only thing about Baltimore, though, I feel like if they just make the Super Bowl, they'll be happy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be a big...
It'll be that step.
Yes.
Crap,
because they're not
make
really
the conference
old.
championship.
Oh, a huge step. Yeah, they just win this weekend.
They got injuries, too. Defensive-wise, they do.
They have a very... mixed roster.
It's a mixed bag. It's a very big mixed bag.
I mean, like there's really.
I'm pulling for them.
There's not many teams that don't have questions.
No.
Our Lions. There's a question at quarterback of what happens. Like, do you take that? I mean, honestly, do you take that next step?
Well, there's a question at
OC as well. Whenever Ben leaves
and DC.
Yeah, because Campbell might have to make 2 hires this offseason that could be make it or break it. This could be. I know this sounds crazy. This could be the NFL version of Coach O. Coach O was fine until he had to start making hires at the coordinator positions. Yeah. He hit on the first 2 coordinators just like Campbell did.
Yeah.
If Campbell does hit on these next 2 coordinators and you make a run at it this year.
I think it's a little bit different, though, in the NFL because your team signed. You're not going to graduate Burrow and all them.
It is different in that aspect, yes.
But I get like rah-rah.
You got that rah-rah and all that go for it all and just, I mean, that.
But he's got a lot of good pieces.
He does.
Best offensive line in the NFL.
With as much as people, as other teams are wanting Ben Johnson, they're wanting Aaron Glenn. Like they're wanting what's happening in Detroit. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier for him to bring in that new guy.
Yeah, I mean, but think about what they got. I mean, they have a great receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown, a great tight end.
My God, at Gibbs, he's already a freak.
Jameer Gibbs and
Laporta.
David Montgomery ain't bad.
Yeah,
as a good
1-2. Yeah,
Aiden Hutchinson is like having a quietly amazing season.
Yeah, he's great.
As good
Nobody's
as
talking about
he doesn't
it.
get talked about.
No, he ain't flashy. I guess that's
he's
why.
White. I'm out.
And his last name's not Bosa or
Watt. At that position. Yeah, at that position.
Flaunt himself, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's white and he's not a Bosa or a
and
Watt.
He's not a
that's really it.
He's a hands on the ground. He's not a stand up where you can do a little bit of both.
Did you see him lining up Sunday night?
Yes.
Dude, I never realized that. Like, he lines up way outside of the tight end of the tackle.
Whenever it's a pass rush, he's like way out there.
Dude, the wide receiver has to run around him sometimes.
And he still gets to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's like he's basically saying, I'm faster than you.
Yeah.
I'm going to move forward faster and you're going to backpedal.
Yeah.
And
But there's the Dolphins have their questions, and rightfully so. But
DB's the question for the Lions.
Yeah,
that's the question.
Well, that's the thing. Every NFL team, obviously so with how weird this season's been. Besides the Niners, if the Niners won the Super Bowl, I don't think there's a team that doesn't have question marks. Like in some form of their roster construction, and like you've got to do this to take that step. Like it's going to make it for a very fun and interesting offseason.
The closest would be, you just give KC a receiver, and they're
probably
ready to roll.
Maybe, but still,
Travis, don't start banging Taylor.
You worry about Kelsey a little bit. If Kelsey's on his last legs, then like what do you do? We've never seen Mahomes be without Kelsey.
They're going to have to be aggressive in the draft and trade up and go get a receiver they really want. That's what they're going to have to do.
There's plenty of them.
Even then, like if they go to and if they get just for instance a Malik Neighbors or something.
Oh.
No, not. It doesn't happen.
Brian Thomas.
If they go from Kelsey, and
Rashee
Rice, who I think Rashee Rice is going to be a very good receiver.
I like Rashee Rice, but he's not a one.
If they go from Kelsey and Rice to Rice and Neighbors, even that is a big change.
Oh, huge!
Just because of your whole offense is Travis Kelsey right now.
Yes,
and it's a tight end instead of a wide out.
That's the problem. It doesn't need to be. It needs to start being.
They got something with Pacheco, so that's good.
Pacheco's good. Man.
I love him. Yeah. I like how they say he's running like he's mad at the ground.
I love that stuff.
Exactly what it looks like, dude. He's
pumping him feet.
He runs different when it comes to the playoffs. It's like he's got an extra.
He's built for that.
Yeah,
he's built for that. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Like even with the Chiefs, it feels like you're almost looking for Patrick Mahomes 2.0. Like you're looking for that next step of Mahomes' dynasty. You're looking for Mahomes to get his Randy Moss that Tom Brady got.
Yes,
that's essentially that type of era.
Because they have the roster, they can go get a toy.
Yeah, and their defense is good enough right now. Like the defense is good.
Defense is really freaking good.
How long is Spag staying there?
He ain't going nowhere. He's one of those ones. I've done the head coach.
I suck at it.
I'm a DC.
Yeah,
he's what Dan Quinn needs to be.
Oh, please, Dan Quinn, don't do it.
He's what
he interviewed today for the Panthers.
Dan Quinn,
virtually.
You go for it, buddy.
Take it, please. Right now. Hire.
Oh, go right ahead, bud.
I'll pay for the ticket.
Oh my god.
He likes the NFC South. Moving on. Rams Lions Sunday.
Packers Cowboys.
Oh, we hadn't talked about Rams Lions. Oh, you're going to in order?
I want to go in numerical order.
Yeah. Packers Cowboys.
Time order.
Sunday afternoon.
Hey,
Dak Prescott, 400
barely
yards.
got to watch it.
400 yards, 3 touchdowns.
I loved every second of it. Just because of that, what the Cowboy girls took.
It was
beautiful.
Crazy, man.
Beautiful.
I gotta see Taylor Swift 1,000 times. I want to see Jerry 1,000 times.
They showed it.
That's what I like to see.
They showed it. They showed it.
That man right there kept turning around like, I need answers now. And
fire.
Twitter was a freaking gold mine.
Oh dude,
yes.
Some of those tweets. Oh,
yes. It's like a 1950s restaurant.
That freaking car. That freaking car revving up.
It's so good, man. So good.
I enjoyed it way too much Sunday. Poor Angevine, poor Stacy. I feel bad for them. But like Stacy texted us, he was like, I can't even be mad. I knew this was going to happen. He's like, I'm just conditioned now that this is going to happen. He's like, I felt like it might not happen because of Jimmy Johnson getting in the Hall of Fame or whatever. But it's just who we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, weeks ago, I think it was that Dolphins game actually. Stacy texted, he was like, Cowboys can't stop the run. Like, we're just not doing it this year.
Yeah, he's just like,
and then Aaron Jones goes out there and 118 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Aaron Jones is the reason why I drafted him in the first round. All of a sudden, there he is.
Man, the Packers are.
Matt LaFleur is a phenomenal
Packers, man.
coach. That's what it is.
Matt LaFleur is a phenomenal coach.
And we took him for granted with Aaron Rodgers.
And just a heck of an organization.
Yep. They're
winners.
They've got their quarterback.
They do. They
got their quarterback. And
they got some receivers.
I don't know. Now, I don't know if I'm ready to see this weekend Because, if he goes out there and balls against 49ers.
Which the 49ers own the Packers anyway, postseason. Like, it's just weird. They own the Cowboys in the playoffs, and then the Niners own the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, how many
That's just the way the
how
world
many times have we
turns.
seen that exact flow?
I mean, we've seen it.
The
so many
Packers
times.
have more playoff wins in AT&T Stadium than the Cowgirls do.
I believe that.
Oh, my God.
Think about that.
Oh, my
Two? 2 or 3?
Three.
Because they won the Super Bowl there, probably, didn't they?
3.
Is that where they beat the Steelers?
I think they've just straight up beaten
No,
them
they
3
beat the
times in
they beat the
playoffs.
Cowboys 3 times. They have more wins in their own stadium in the playoffs. And
That's insane.
that's insane.
That shouldn't happen.
no, that ain't right. That ain't right.
I feel bad for them.
I like
Never.
LaFleur, what he's done.
He's a good coach.
From the middle of the year to now with Jordan Love.
Yeah.
I mean, even LaFleur was calling out Jordan Love in press conference, like, dude, he's not.
He knew what buttons to press.
He's not doing it. He's not. I mean, all of a sudden,
That's the sign of a good coach.
holy yes.
It's a good coach.
He knew what to
And
press.
it's not like Devontae Adams is out there like making plays for him. It's Dontravian Wicks. It's Romeo Dobbs. It's Jaden Reed. Christian Watson when he's
hasn't
healthy.
done anything.
Well, he's always hurt.
But even when he's healthy, he ain't done
Yeah,
nothing.
Tyler Kraft or Tucker Kraft, whatever. Luke Musgrave.
Musgrave ain't done a lot either. It's these
He's also been
no-name.
hurt,
I know,
yeah.
but it's these no-name dudes that are doing it, and it's so impressive.
Yeah, these aren't guys that were just big guys coming out of college.
It's
I mean,
it's the
They've missed
guys.
Aaron Jones a lot.
It's the guys that freaking Aaron Rodgers was pissed about.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the guys that he couldn't
now,
make work.
Now, some of these guys,
Reed is a rookie.
Wicks
Yeah.
And Wicks is a rookie.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even them,
they let Rodgers go. Also, they started drafting receivers left
yeah,
and right.
yeah. But like
There's a middle finger.
Dobbs has been there 2 or 3 years. Watson's been there. Like they weren't nothing with Rodgers.
Dude,
Now they're making the big plays.
LaFleur scheme is so good.
It is.
God, it's so good. I can just watch that all day.
He's kind of like reminding everybody right now,
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm really good at this, and
Yeah.
I do not need number 12.
There was almost talks, especially after last year and kind of some this year, of him being fired.
Yeah,
There was like
There
some
was.
rumblings, like if
Especially when they started out with a 2-7 or
Beat the
2-6. That game haunted us.
yeah,
That game still haunts us.
They
I
beat the
mean,
Saints.
beat us down 17. They come back and beat us in the fourth quarter. And then they just have some of that is them young guys gelling, getting
Yeah.
comfortable.
And that's a scary sight.
They draft so well in the defensive end of the ball.
They
always have a bunch of guys you just don't know who they are.
yeah, they
And
just play well.
They just play well. Yeah.
They're Houston of the NFC.
Oh, easily.
Like, and it's fun. It really is. Like, I've never had hate for the Packers necessarily.
Not really.
I mean, I've never liked Rodgers, but at the same time,
Like, even when
if the
Favre was
Cowboys
there-
are playing a game, like, cool. Like, I'm not going to be like
I'm always-
openly rooting against them.
No, I'm always pulling for them when they play
Yeah.
them, especially. But
Yeah, definitely.
it's an organization. They're easy to like, and with no
Yeah.
owner, like it just feels.
And it usually leads to good football games when they're playing.
yeah, it's never bad games.
No, like because they've got that good offense.
Anytime they're on prime time, like, I'll watch. It's the Packers.
It's the Packers, man.
Yeah.
It's the Packers, and it's cool that it seems like that's not going away.
Yeah.
They're just winners. That's all it is.
The Packers just win, and yeah, very very cool.
That is one stadium that's on my bucket list. I want to go to that stadium
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, should have went when the LSU played
I'm
there.
still kicking myself for not going. Yes.
But yeah, that's crazy. Just seeing Jordan Love make that jump and play that well, and I think he had a perfect passer rating as well.
And
Him Stroud were
I
great.
like his personality.
Yeah,
I like his demeanor. He doesn't just I don't know. He just seemed like a good dude, easy guy to like.
yeah. He's from Utah State. I mean,
yeah.
like he's not nothing flashy. He's just
Thank God he didn't come from the Kaepernick tree.
he's Utah State, and he
Should have been a Saint.
He's set for 4 years, like, and you never heard anything about it.
No.
He wasn't like, oh, I want my shine, like I want my
So
time.
I'm saying
Trade me. No.
he's got a
He's a
good
first rounder.
He
too. They're
waited
paying
his
him a lot of money.
opportunity. He waited for his opportunity, and he's done everything he was asked to do.
I remember that draft. I'm like, oh, he's in the 20s. Let's get him. Let's
Yes,
get him. Like,
yes.
let's try it.
Because that was that time when those
Drew was
you had those
fading out.
you had those weird guys coming in like that, like Josh Allen
That
you
we
know,
could
from
get late.
Carson Wentz, Trey Lance, like that whole period of like not big time schools, and you're like, Oh, that's a fun experiment. Let him rest a couple years. He could have.
Nope.
He could have probably had 2 years under Drew.
Why would you not want that?
Sean Payton would still be here.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, yeah. Like that would have been a perfect. Like
Pete would still be there.
We'd still have Pete.
Hey, well, if I had Sean, I wouldn't give a crap who was.
That's right. But yeah, that'll be an interesting game. Packers, Niners, we'll see that. I mean, I don't expect it going well for the Packers.
I don't either.
Still, it'll be fun to watch. As we said, when the Packers are on, it's fun.
Yeah.
Rams and our Detroit Lions.
Shout out to the Rams, though.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody.
I felt it coming about a month ago, month and a half. I was like, okay.
The offense, started to really click. It did.
I'm always been a Stafford guy. Like I just felt like he still doesn't get quite the. I mean, credit. He's a baller, man. He throws such a pretty ball. I mean, that team? He has no talent around him. Let's be honest. I mean,
he's got Cooper Kupp and
but Cooper Kupp's not the same Cooper Kupp anymore.
Well, Puka Nacua was really freaking good.
I mean, that dude was. I mean, come out of nowhere.
He was a no-name dude.
I mean, he's a no-name dude. He's a fifth rounder. That I love listening to that.
He's always open.
Talking about him.
Oh my God, the draft. Yes.
I love that. God, give me some more clips like that. It's just. I mean, the running back Williams, like out of nowhere. Yeah. Like I mean, just.
That'd be called Sean McVay.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like Puka really doesn't do anything just to.
He does everything just at a 7
he gets
level.
Open.
He's nothing at 10. He doesn't do anything at a 10.
He's always open.
Always.
And it's never like he's covered. He makes a good catch. He's open
and he catches the ball.
And he runs.
And runs so well after catch.
He's always
he is strong.
Open.
That is some crazy stuff.
Yes.
Like he is strong. Just imagine what this Rams team would have been if McVay went home.
Oh,
like they're not here this year.
They're not here at all.
No. Stafford probably ain't.
Stafford's retired.
He probably went home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the Rams they still have life, and I'm
Does
sure they'll
Donald come back.
Who?
Does Aaron Donald come back?
I mean, why not?
I mean, at this point, might as well.
Because didn't he just sign a 1-year deal? Or was that a 2-year deal?
I
can't. That was a 1-year deal.
Know. He's dominant. He just keeps playing.
I mean,
he's still a freak.
He's not as dominant as he was.
First team All Pro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's the first team, but I mean,
he's not a game wrecker like.
He was a game wrecker. Like he would control a game.
I think we're also just kind of used to it.
Yeah,
it is what it is now.
Yeah, it's just it's Aaron Donald,
and he's playing with nobody on that side of the ball.
No,
as Chance said, I can't name any of these guys.
I quite honestly never heard of any of them besides Aaron Donald.
They
got 2 rookie pass rushers
Kobe
that are both
Turner.
good. Yeah,
something
like that. There's another weird name.
Yeah, but
they both have like 9 and 8 sacks or something like that.
Shout out to Les Snead. I mean, they had to do it that route because of the money.
Yeah,
they went all in, got their Super Bowl, and then they've drafted well, and
it worked.
Another good draft, and who knows what can next year with them.
I mean, I would think that they have most of the draft picks back this year.
Yeah,
I think all that stuff's kind of back.
They were all under contract. I mean, I don't think they were having to sign anybody to a big contract.
And people are mad about the hit on Higbee. If he hits them high, it's a penalty.
Exactly. This is what you want.
It's like what Larry Fitzgerald said. I'll pay your fine. Yeah. Hit me high, because that's what's going to happen.
Did y'all watch any of the Manning casts?
I barely watched that game Monday night.
I didn't always watch it either.
I watched it on my phone a little bit.
But Ray Lewis was on. When Ray's on, I'm all in. I want to listen to that.
Did you get your Bible out like you're going to church?
Hey, man.
He always makes it feel like I'm going to church.
He was preaching that night. And he
couldn't play today.
And he was... Well, that's good. That's where I'm getting at.
Kind of surprised me that Bobby Wagner still does. Bobby be killing folks.
That's the one thing that the NFL has drove me nuts to is a defensive player like that can't impact the game anymore.
Mm-mm.
If you're not a pass rusher or a corner, you're not getting paid in defense anymore. Those are the only 2 positions getting paid, and like a middle linebacker now is no impact in the game anymore. I love Mario Davis to death. I don't notice him in just a 2-year span. I don't notice him as much as I used to.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
Roquan disappears. He's the highest paid one, but
he's like it's sad that they've taken those type of guys away. But Ray was talking about because Philly was missing all those tackles.
Dude,
Oh god, it was bad, and it was killing Ray. You think it was killing you? Oh, Ray was about to go
I
through the TV.
saw some clips of that.
But he was like,
we're in the playoffs?
he was like, dude, you can't. Tackling is a group, is a team thing. Like, when you're not allowed to tackle and practice anymore, you lose that dynamic.
People they're not used to flying to the ball.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Gang tackling.
That's exactly what he was talking. He's like, when you're not practicing, he said these angles that they're taking are so bad now these days. He's like, because it's not practice anymore. And they're not used to
muscle memory,
working with each other to hit the angles and make tackles anymore.
They don't see the receiver running and be like, okay, I've done this before. This is my aiming point.
Yes.
They don't do that no more.
And then you just can't.
And I get why they don't do it anymore, but
it sucks,
they also
though,
need
man.
to do it.
Because I missed turn on an NFL game, and a middle linebacker like Ray Lewis could impact the game. Brian Urlacher could impact
Luke
the game.
Kuechly.
Yeah, like Luke Kuechly. You don't
Patrick
have that
Willis.
anymore. Those dudes aren't afraid to go down the middle because those guys aren't there anymore. And it's just changed. Like, safeties have become nothing anymore in the NFL. Like, you don't even hear about those anymore.
Yeah, you can't name
like we
the
said,
top
Cam
safeties.
Chancellor.
You can't name the top safeties.
Like we said about Cam
Yeah.
Chancellor, he couldn't play today.
And they're not getting
When
paid.
we made our top safety list at the beginning of the
It was
year,
rough.
so weird. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
And I
rough.
threw Tyron at one just for the fun of it.
And they're
Like,
not getting paid anymore.
No.
Like, it's just a
That-
position that's dying.
Most of y'all, I think's number one safety was Kevin Byard,
Kevin
and
Byard was definitely on there. Yeah,
and he's on that Eagles team.
yeah. When he got traded to the Eagles, everybody thought it was a great thing. And
Yeah.
it just like it's
where
just-
he was Monday.
Yeah.
like,
he was the one
whiffing.
the Trey Palmer one. He missed that tackle.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the big play.
It's just it blows my mind how
I get we
it's-
needed safety and stuff like that and different rules.
That's
to
why
help with safety.
and I know this. That's why I'm not a fan of the tackle we were talking
hip
about. a while.
drop.
I'm not a fan of that.
It's getting banned. It's going to get banned this offseason.
I mean,
So
what
you're
else?
taking away another way,
Another thing away.
which is a better tackle to happen as far as long-term health and head injuries.
Yes.
I mean, you would expect that to be supported, but whenever it's taking out so many big-name dudes in one year,
sucks,
that's what's
man.
going to happen. It's
What's
the knee-jerk reaction like we had after the no-call pass interference on the Saints.
I mean,
that
once
year.
the offensive player gets by you, you're done. Like, there's no point in
Yeah.
you even trying anymore.
Yeah, because you're going to have to get his legs.
You're going to have to.
because you can't square him up.
No. Yeah, how else you going to tackle from behind? Like, you're just, man, it's sad. Like, there's not one team in this playoff run that we started that I was like, man, that dude on defense could impact this game.
Fred Warner's the guy.
Other than
That's
Fred
the only
Warner.
one.
Other than but he's got such a good team around him. He doesn't
It don't
have
matter.
to matter. I mean, it's just if you're not an end or a corner, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
anymore. And that's where you're getting
And
paid.
I guess that's another aspect of just like the passing, and with passing, linebackers are a little bit less important.
they're less important now.
I mean, like think about that last Ray
They're
Lewis
backpedaling.
run. That last Ray Lewis run when he's going against, the Niners in the Super Bowl. That was a
Ground and pound team.
ground and
Ground
pound
and
physical
pound.
team.
Yeah.
So Ray Lewis was going to be impactful.
Very impactful.
But yeah, now it's.
But Ray also could use to take a receiver's head out going across the middle.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. So those guys, man, are just becoming. You won't have any more of them anymore, man.
No.
It's sad because those were Hall of Famers, that dudes that you just wore jerseys with.
And you
Yeah.
watched highlight tapes of them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's changing a lot, man. I'm not sure if it's
And
for
then
the best.
I
I don't
always
know.
go back to the thing like, the risk of playing football. So
Chance.
let
sign-
them freaking do
Chance.
it,
You
man.
signed contracts for a reason.
Yeah, and
Like,
it's
it's all about wording.
make them all guaranteed.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
let them play football.
They know what they're signing up
They
for.
want to play football.
You know
that
what?
way.
They're there because of they don't
because
care.
if you think about it, you don't have these rules in high school.
No.
You don't have in middle school. You have a little bit in college, and then you got more in the NFL.
It's because it's all about the cha-ching.
Which I'm glad they don't have targeting in the NFL. Which, they kind of do.
They gotta do
with
in a
the,
way.
defenseless receiver or whatever they call it.
Boy, that's getting worse and worse. I don't even know what that is anymore.
Somebody got hit the other day, and I was like, he was defenseless. and they didn't call it.
But if it's
I
a
can't remember
running
what
back,
it was.
they don't give two craps how they tackle that poor dude.
And that's we talk about them.
I mean, my gosh.
And then you have like the lowering of the head and stuff by running backs. Like if you're going to call it on DBs,
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
call it on the running backs as well.
Yeah.
For initiating contact with their head. Like,
well,
I
the
don't
sliding. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the Josh Allen play the other night.
Oh yeah, people were saying that was a fake slide.
I mean, who was the dude in college that did it? Everybody freaked out
Kenny
about
Pickett.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I feel like that was basically the same thing. He literally the whole defense stopped.
Some people were like, that's
they don't know what to do.
Some people were like, that's just a white guy trying to juke, but like he just stopped and turned his whole body.
He ain't really fast, you know.
Yeah, he's not Lamar. There was definitely a way you could watch that video and be like, yeah, he kind of like let him on, like I'm sliding.
It was like a hesitation, like a little
he kind of hesitant. Yeah. And by God,
you don't usually with Josh Allen, you don't see him going for 50 yards. He don't.
Ever.
But
he
you
gets
also
his
see him
15 or
slide.
20 and he goes for it.
Yeah.
You don't see him slide either, so that's why it don't really surprise me a whole lot.
Yeah.
Weird.
Go Lions.
Shout out to our Lions, man.
Go Lions.
Let's
Go
talk about
Lions.
Monday.
Also
What about your Bills, Chance?
The world's scared right now. That's all I know.
You think?
I hope my pocketbook's going to be feeling good.
There ain't been a better quarterback in the past month than 17.
Yeah, he's been playing well.
Number
I
17.
wonder why.
I mean, he had a bad game against New England like last week, but
Joe Brady.
He had the
Yeah, that
bad
was
first
rough.
half
That was
against
rough.
Miami.
he had a bad game against New England.
I don't think he did.
I want to
Pretty sure he did.
shoot out this weekend.
I don't think so.
I hope looks like the weather's going to be fine. It's going to be
Okay.
cold, but it's going to be fine.
I don't care about
Wind
cold.
is going to be about 10 to 15
That's
miles an hour. That
what
ain't
makes
bad.
me nervous.
That'd be
10 to 15 you play with.
That's nothing. In
Which you
Buffalo.
don't really get a whole lot of wind in stadiums unless it's like super duper wind.
Coming off that lake.
Yeah. They're going to be fine. I'm excited. I am excited to see Pat Mahomes on the road
That's going to be cool.
for the first time ever. I'm worried about the DBs.
Yeah.
They're going to get picked apart eventually. I mean, Mason Rudolph is having a lot of success. If he's having success, that means Pat Mahomes is going to have success.
James Cook looked good.
James Cook has looked like
they
a
cut
phenomenal running
Fournette.
back. They did cut Fournette, but
I thought Fournette was going to be their
Did
two.
they pick up a DB or something?
they had to pick up a punter. They picked up a punter because their punter probably tore his hamstring.
Speaking of punters, that kicker that makes me nervous.
He's shaky. He'll step up though. He'll be fine.
Because it's a mental thing, man.
He's fine. He'll be all right.
Brandon Aubrey missed it. How about that for the
Oh
Cowboys?
my God,
Finally,
that felt weird.
Everything, man. Everything went wrong. But yeah, the Bills are good, and it's going to be a great football game.
Stephon Diggs has woke up, and that's not. Well, I would say woke up. They've gotten Stephon Diggs back involved, which should scare the other 8 teams or 7 teams.
And Kincaid's still balling out. Dawson Knox gets his catches when he needs to. Big play Gabe will be back. Shakir's a dog. Like they've got guys.
They should get Rasul Douglas as well.
Oh yeah, that's another.
He should
corner.
be back. That's their number 1 corner now. He should be back, and so should Gabe, and that's gonna be huge. So
it's gonna be. Hopefully, it's a good game.
it should be a good game.
I
just
so.
hate that they're having to play on 5-day rest.
Hey, this is random, and I really never thought about it until I heard it the other day, because you don't think about being different in the playoffs because you just know what they're making. You know what they make in the playoffs? Players?
Not a whole lot, huh?
They all make the same.
Yeah,
it's $25,000 a game.
Sounds about right.
I mean, that's for those.
That's how it goes on an MLB too.
For them,
MLB, you're given a pool of money.
Yeah,
and you get to spend it how you want.
Well, you don't think about it. Like, you just kind of, you've watched it all year. You know what these guys make, and you playoff time, you're like, oh crap, that contract's it's void now. It's something different.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It is strange. Hey, $25,000 for them 48 and 50 guys on the roster. That's a lot of money for those dudes.
I mean, that's like when the Braves won. They kind of started a thing where they paid everybody, every single person, even the clubhouse guys, the same exact money as like the players, because you could do whatever you wanted to with it. So that was really cool. Like, they got paid like a couple $100,000.
Oh wow!
I think that's life changing money for them people.
You dang right it is.
I think Baker got $250K for winning.
He did. I did see that.
He has another one for this weekend.
Yeah, if he gets a win, incentive.
Eagles Bucks.
Ugh.
I watched
such a bad game.
I watched it on my phone while I watched Monday Night Raw on my TV.
That was such a bad game.
Yeah, it's rough.
Baker, baby.
I watched the Equalizer 3 movie.
Oh, how was it?
Really good.
Number 1 was really good. I haven't seen 2 or 3 yet.
I probably Watch 2 first.
You've never saw the 1?
No, I never saw 2. And I felt like when I started watching 3, I felt like I was missing something. So I probably need to watch 2 first. It's Denzel, though. When I saw Denzel,
Denzel's
the
best, man.
I don't care.
Top 5.
Yeah, oh, yeah, easily.
Baker,
touchdown maker.
Baker, playoff win, baby. 2-1, 2-1.
Rashad
what
White
you got,
looked
Peyton?
well.
You're wanting to say something. What you got?
We'll see. I think he's got a good chance to look good this weekend. I picked them this past weekend.
Yeah.
Detroit's secondary is very questionable.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield's game for the conference championship, baby.
It will be an atmosphere in Detroit.
Yeah, it's
so
going to be fun, man.
It will be.
It's going to be a fun game.
How's
the weather?
That's true. 70 degrees and
especially with
shiny.
CD Deuce running his jaw. Which, if I'm a Detroit fan, I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when he plays his best.
Definitely.
When he's in New Orleans, I mean,
that's one of
that,
the
man.
best things he brings to the table.
He does. Yeah,
I miss that.
And you can't tell me Dan Campbell ain't eating that up.
Oh yeah. And Aaron Glenn.
That's Aaron Glenn. I still don't get that. But
Nope.
anyway,
Baker. It's gonna be a fun game though. Bucks, Lions. I think it's just gonna be a good football game. I really do.
if you're a if you're a Buccaneers fan though, are you happy because of the Bull situation? Like, he's not going to get fired now because he's got a playoff win.
Hey, you're a win away from the conference championship.
I know.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. It's been a weird year. It's been a weird year all over the NFL.
Yeah, like I said a while back, it's kind of been an average type year. It's just nobody's really that great. You have a lot of teams that are the same.
Yeah,
like we just talked about. Everybody needing something.
Everybody's got a problem. Like you don't have that one Patriot team or that one Mahomes team.
And to be honest with you don't have that one other than Andy Reid, that one coach.
Yeah,
that you feel.
Well,
like,
I mean, you've lost Belichick and you lost Pete Carroll, and then who has a Super Bowl? Harbaugh, like a decade ago. Now.
Harbaugh might be the next, I guess.
A decade ago.
I could put Harbaugh with Reed, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you feel
comfortable.
Yes.
But, yeah, I mean, Tomlin, that was what? 28?
A while.
Wait.
It was right after
it was 06.
Cower retired.
It was 06.
He won 2, though.
Did he?
Big Ben's got 2.
They lost.
He won with Cower.
Oh crap! He won
in Detroit with Jerome.
They beat the Cardinals.
Yeah.
2010. 2010. Because I kept thinking the Packers beat them. Packers beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Correct.
Aaron Rodgers. That was his one. And then I forgot the Santonio Holmes versus the Cardinals happened in the back of the end zone. So and then the one against was it Seattle in like 06, 05?
Yeah, Tomlin only has one.
Cower
was that because him and
that
Bettis went out
in
together.
that rookie contract.
Yeah,
Big Ben was in his rookie deal. That's
so
right.
It's still
it was in Jerome Bettis.
over a decade for Tomlin.
Yeah.
It's been a decade for Harbaugh. Belichick will be back in it, but still, I mean, hasn't really done it without Brady.
It's Andy Reid.
It's Andy Reid. Like, there's literally no one else that has Super Bowls. Bruce Arians isn't a coach anymore.
No, he's in the office.
Like, it's crazy.
It is weird, isn't it?
Like, and Shanahan's that guy that you expect to take that jump, but he just hasn't done it.
Hadn't done it yet.
He hasn't done it.
Oh, and McVay. He's got one.
McVay's got one.
Yeah.
Okay. And a really good freaking coach.
Yeah. Yes. And he's
really
still
good coach.
freaking like not even 40.
Sean Payton. Sean
Yeah,
Payton's got
Sean
one,
Payton's
but
got
still,
one.
been a decade.
In decade, yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, Bucks just straight up were the better team. A lot of big plays.
Okay,
like three
so
or four that were like 50-yarders.
So are we panicking with Jalen?
I don't think so. A lot of stuff like Dan Orlovsky
he can blame it on the
and,
quarterback right now. I mean, on the coordinator. Coordinator helps. So give him a good one. Give him a new one this year.
No A.J. Brown as well.
I mean,
yeah, but he had A.J. Brown before that.
He didn't look amazing all year.
He didn't look good all year. Like he's looked kind of what I
looked
thought
good.
he was going to look like
Yeah.
coming out of college.
Yeah.
He looked good, but he didn't look like Jalen
Nah.
Hurts of last year.
No, God, no, not close.
He didn't look like a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I mean, how many of his touchdowns this year from the tush push?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
He broke the rushing record.
Yeah,
because of that.
like
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
I just
I mean, how many picks did he have this year? Was it like 15?
yeah. it was
He had a lot. He don't
That's
throw the ball a ton.
unreal. And you don't throw it
It's,
enough to have that many.
But even then, like even if he did take that big step back, like how much? Yes, coordinators are a huge deal, but still, last year it wasn't. Last year never felt like, oh, Jalen Hurts is good because of the scheme. You know, it never felt that way.
No,
But this year makes you feel like
But
that
this
way.
year makes you think that maybe that. But that's the thing. Last year it looked like he was making good throws. Like he was like playing the position of quarterback really well.
Yes.
Last year he was. I mean, we all had him in our top 5 this year.
23 touchdowns to 15 interceptions.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He
saying.
don't throw it a lot to have 15 picks, man.
Like it wasn't like he was. It wasn't like it was a Shanahan type situation last year where we're all like, oh, that's just
Scheme.
Jimmy G. That's just Purdy throwing to good guys. It
Because
was like
he
it was like
ran a lot,
Hurts
too.
is. It looked like Hurts was actually the reasoning behind that team being good. So it makes it an interesting question where you're like, was the play calling just that good to where it made him play quarterback better? But at the same time, you're like, is Hurts bad only because the play calling now? But at the same time, like he was making those throws. Like last year seemed like he had the talent, but like it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's a weird situation.
It's really weird. I've always liked Hurts as a dude because
Yeah.
he seems real professional, just good character, a lot of good. I can never, and I know this sounds nuts, I can never get out of my head that he got yanked out of a national championship game and
Yeah.
then come back and won.
Yeah.
Like that's still in my head. Like that, could you ever imagine Burrow getting yanked out of a
No.
game? Like just that still blows my mind. I
mean, even in the Super Bowl last
He
year,
didn't-
he looked good in the Super Bowl.
he did.
Like
he
he
did.
was probably the best player on that field in the Super Bowl.
He arguably was. Yes,
Like he was
absolutely.
He had the fumble that they returned for a touchdown. That was the game changer.
He looked like he didn't want to run in at all this year. Like it was like
He was
the ball.
banged
He
up.
banged up. He banged up a lot this
And
year.
he had a finger injury that was on his throwing hand this past
yes,
Monday.
I will
Like,
give him that.
a lot
but
of injuries. And
It was like no rollouts and throw it.
No.
Like it was either if it wasn't in between the tackles, it's throwing it away or he's
And
getting sacked.
Orlovsky, one of the things that he was saying on Twitter, he was pretty much saying don't blame Jalen. He was pretty much blaming the play calling. He was like, I wish their coordinator would realize it's not a sin to get under the center. Let him because whenever he said that, I thought about it. I don't remember
Other
them
than-
ever
other
besides
than
the
the
tush
tush
push.
push.
When do they get under center?
Never.
That's it.
It was shotgun every time.
Like when do they do it?
Yeah.
Like I can't think of a time DeAndre Swift ran
Straight.
Yeah.
I can't. Where did he go? To
Yeah.
me, that when they opened up the year of starting,
He was great.
He was phenomenal, and then they quit just going to him in the last
And
month.
that could be another factor of
Kenneth Gainwell too.
I mean, how long can you?
Gainwell was terrible. Monday
How long
night.
can you run? Like, how long can you just do consistent shotgun?
They
and
say
that
it's
be it?
predictive, like very predictive.
And do they have a fullback on the roster? Probably
No,
not.
No.
Like that
It's
was
not
a very
cool to have a
it was a
fullback no
very
more.
good it was a very good point. Whenever I saw that from Orlovsky.
Well, I mean,
trust his football opinion a
I
lot.
love his football opinion.
I'm shocked he's
The-
not a coach.
Oh my God,
He must
Too
have
good on
kids that are
TV.
like 13 or 14.
I think he does have a
have
lot.
kids,
He
yeah.
has a lot of kids. I think.
He's got kids that are old enough to realize daddy's not home, probably.
Mhm.
He's also just too good on TV.
He's
But
phenomenal.
He
the RPOs
he
though.
feels like a coach, man.
What
when I
happened to
listen
that with Jalen?
Yeah,
Like I'm telling you, it's
that and
It's always
their OC is getting like 3 head coaching calls.
how.
He's gotten interviewed from the
Oh.
Panthers, the Commanders.
ugh.
Could be the black thing.
He's the Rooney Rule.
It could be that.
Because
Could
none
be
of
that.
them
He
had
is
had
black.
rumored an African American person yet.
Yeah, you're right.
I ain't
It's
heard him
rumor.
one for Raheem Morris
Aaron Glenn's getting a lot of
Raheem
interviews.
Morris got an interview
with
with
Panthers.
Panthers or Atlanta.
I know he did with
Atlanta.
the Chargers.
Atlanta.
Because that's where he had been.
Yeah, that's the Rooney Rule.
But people are saying like he's legit though.
No, I think Morris will be good.
Well, Morris had a bad first stint.
He had
It
a
was-
bad rap.
Yeah, Tampa.
Yes.
Yeah,
think so.
Yeah,
And then he became interim in Atlanta
That's correct.
and did well.
Yeah.
that's correct.
But yeah, I mean, I think give it another year. I mean, obviously Philly has no other option.
Yeah. No, I'm not. But if
I didn't realize they signed a contract.
Oh yeah,
He got the big one.
Didn't realize
big
that.
Well, it was because him, Herbert, and Lamar all did it the same week.
I did
and
not
then Burrow
remember that.
goes and gets higher than all of them.
As
well,
he should.
you will remember it because it was a big deal because the women thing. He's got all the women that's
Oh yeah, his
agent, his marketer.
His mom did something.
Yeah,
Didn't she?
remember all that? They talked about that.
his agent's a woman, like Kimberly Martin or something like that, I believe.
Everybody under him's a woman.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the recap of the wild card. Do y'all want to just kind of give a little bit of predictions or outlook on the divisional round, and we can get out of here?
Yeah.
We got Texans Ravens 3:30 on Saturday.
Feels like kind of like the 49ers and Packers game in my opinion. It could go either.
But I
it
think,
could be a
I think
good
the Texans
game.
have a little bit
We'll
better.
know
of a shot.
early.
Yeah, we'll know.
We'll know early.
I think you're right, Chan.
I'm just interested to see Slowick again on the big stage.
Yeah.
Like what that play calling looks like against another really good defense with Baltimore.
I'm ready to see the offensive scheme for Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like
Mark Andrews back.
I'm kind of ready. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's big for
It
them,
is, man. And Likely was looking good too, so I'm sure they'll keep him going.
They'll have a lot of 22 personnel.
As they always will. Zay Flowers fully healthy. I mean, like Andrews was a full participant in practice, as was Baker, as was Laporta. So we're pretty much healthy for everybody.
OBJ.
Yeah, he's good. He hasn't been banged up at all this year, really.
They didn't mention him, so that means he's probably good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Laporta. I don't know how he came back.
Oh my God! I thought he was coming back in October.
On crutches. Yeah.
But yeah,
Good for him.
Ravens Texans. I really want Ravens Bills. I really want that game.
I need it.
And because I also really want one of them quarterbacks to be in the championship. But, hey, if the Texans win, I'm not going to be mad.
No.
It would do a lot for those two quarterbacks' legacies.
If the Texas wins, that feels like the amount of chance Buffalo bet feels better and better.
All right, we're
Got to get past KC.
playing Kansas City. We're playing the Chiefs.
Chance. They're not losing the Chiefs.
We're playing Peyton. We're
Chance.
playing the Chiefs.
Chance. They're not losing the Chiefs.
We're playing the Chiefs.
There's just still something about me just
Hey,
feels,
I'm going through a table if we win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going through a table that night.
If it's a Chiefs
It's
Niners
happening.
Super Bowl, I might not watch.
Who
Chiefs Niners. If that's the Super Bowl, I just don't want to watch.
It's not much.
I'm not going to lie to you. If that happens, I'm pulling for the Chiefs.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so anti.
I'm pulling for Taylor Swift immediately.
It's sad I'm that way, man. But I
the
just.
NFL wants that.
Oh my God!
Jesus.
You know they do.
They won't.
Let
they
them go out there
won't-
and just perform at halftime.
Chiefs versus-
my boy Usher's gonna be out there.
Usher.
Yeah. Oh.
Chiefs versus Lions would get some headlines, huh?
Yes. Yes. Huge.
Bronny's got 9 tonight.
Why Chiefs Lions?
Dan Campbell. I feel like the Lions are the Lions are probably
They're
the biggest storyline
I
in
feel
the
like
NFC.
the Lions are the Americans team.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh,
Like, I
100%.
I feel like everybody's pulling for the
100%.
Lions.
I mean, what would Dan Campbell say about Taylor?
I still ain't found the pregame speech. I want to know what he said before the game. He probably said some weird stuff. man.
$700 to get in.
I mean,
I
he
think this
after
next
the game, after the game, he had to bring up to Jared Goff that you're good enough,
You're
for,
good
Detroit.
enough for Detroit.
So what did he say to that man before the game?
You're not good enough.
Jared, they're saying you a bum.
Did you see Golf riding home with his dad after the
Yes.
game? What is that?
What is that?
Hey,
That looks so weird. He's gonna go give him an ice cream at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
no, they're stopping by Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut buffet. It's hilarious. But yeah,
Dairy Queen.
I'm rooting for my boy Lamar. I really am, man. I really am. But like I said, I'm getting one of Stroud and Lamar in the conference championship, and then the other side I'm getting Baker or my Lions. So I'm gonna have a team I'm rooting for next weekend, regardless. So that's where I'm feeling good. Give me Baltimore though.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Niners Packers. I mean, I think everybody's going Niners.
Yes, Niners.
I'm pulling for the Packers.
Pulling for the
Oh,
Pack.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm pulling for the
Definitely.
Pack.
Definitely.
But
Then things get really crazy.
yeah, yeah.
If they win, son,
Woo.
You go to the tracks and you put money on the Lions to win the Super Bowl. That's what you do.
Already got money on
They're
them.
at plus 1,000 right now.
They're low, dude.
I know.
I mean,
It's not going to happen.
why?
But-
Why not? Why not? We all got Niners. Bucks Lions.
That
What's
fight
happening?
right there is going to be crazy. Too.
Bucks Lions. What's happening? 2:00 on Sunday in Detroit.
I just hope Detroit's not happy just because they won last week.
I think they're pissed off. Dan Campbell's got him
Dan's
ready.
got it,
hope.
man.
I hope he's got him
He's got something to twist.
hungry. I hope he's got him
Jared,
hungry, man.
they wrote back. They said that you're not good enough no more.
I mean, I love watching that football team, man.
Yeah.
Like even at the end of the game.
You
against
want
the
to know why?
Rams.
You want to know why?
Please.
It feels like we're watching like us as coaches.
Yes, he's doing
That's
what we
what it
would.
feels
Yeah.
like.
He went out there on 2nd and 8 with 2 minutes left, and he throws the ball to seal the game.
Yeah.
There was no reason to throw that ball to
I
Amon-Ra.
guarantee you, he said, Ben, what
Draw
you
us
want?
up a play. It's
what
2-minute
you want?
warning,
What you
draw us
want,
up a
Ben?
play.
What you want? I want Amon-Ra St.
I-
Brown to touch the football.
I wouldn't be
Lines,
shocked
though.
if Amon-Ra came over there and said, "I want the ball."
Please, for the love of it, don't wear the all blues. God,
I want blue on silver.
those were bad. The all
Yeah.
blues are bad, especially when you had the Rams jerseys looking
Yes.
so dang good, and then you had the all blues. Like, give me some silver.
Yeah, and let's go with the Thanksgiving throwbacks. How about that?
Uh-oh.
Silver helmet with nothing on there.
Hey, if the Packers did upset and the Lions won, the Lions would be hosting the conference championship.
That is absolutely correct.
Ooh.
Speaking of Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
That's right. And it'd be against the Packers.
yeah, who they played on Thanksgiving.
yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
and got upset.
That's what woke up Jordan Love. Everybody's saying is that game whenever he beat the Lions.
Everybody was doubting him.
He balled that game.
Yeah, he did.
Who,
Man,
who y'all going, man?
Detroit. I gotta ride them.
The Lions.
We got the helmet up
The
here,
helmet.
Chloe. We got to go with them.
Oh, there it is.
But if I get Baker in the conference championship, y'all are going to have a problem. Y'all going to have a problem. Y'all think Josh Allen's a big deal over here.
Shoot. Yeah,
Josh has been to the conference championship, I think, huh?
That was before he became Josh. though.
Yeah.
All three of us, I know, got something on the Bills winning it all. We need the Bills winning it all.
I love the Bills.
I've never bet on them to win the Super Bowl until this year.
Oh, okay.
And I texted Clay leaving the tracks that night. I was like, I did it. I got a feeling. It was before the Dolphins game. I was like, Dolphins. I was like, I have a feeling. And they dropped to plus 350 after that game.
I think
I got him at it.
I think the Bucks have a shot. I think the Bucks have a shot.
It'll be a close game. I don't think it's going to be a rout or anything.
I don't think so either.
All right. Who do you think could beat the Niners, the Bucks, or the Lions?
Lions, absolutely.
I think the Lions could genuinely beat them.
I do too.
I think they can.
I mean,
I would say that if it was at Detroit.
Yeah.
I
being
think the
at
Lions
San
can
Fran
just win,
scares
man.
me.
I think they can win.
I don't see Detroit. The problem with Detroit is, though, I think San Fran was just going to line it up and say, stop it.
Yeah, and
that's the strength of their defense.
It is their strength.
So that helps them.
But I just feel like
you're going to
San
give
Fran,
Aiden Hutchinson a little bit more juice. Like you're just going to give him a little more motivation.
I think that takes him out of it, though.
That's true.
Oh, it does. It 100% does.
So
he plays the run really well, too, though. So does Will Anderson, by the way. He fought
shocks
outside.
Shocks
Did you see that clip?
No.
They ran like a stretch towards him when they pulled the guard, and he's just fighting and fighting and fighting. It keeps working. He set the edge and made it cut back into like a wall of defenders.
He's going to be
beautiful.
He's a lot better than Dallas Turner will be in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Dallas Turner's going to be.
I mean, Will Anderson for 3 years we thought was going 1.
Yeah.
Still can make the argument they probably should have.
Yeah, maybe so. I think of the four road teams, I think the Bucks have the best shot. I think the Bucks have a better shot than Kansas City.
No,
I think they do.
Nope.
Ooh, I don't think so either.
I'm not going to lie to myself.
I don't think so.
I honestly think they do. I just
think
Buffalo, man.
Because for once, KC has that underdog card.
Yeah, but even even last week they didn't really look still offensively. I'm still concerned.
I thought the offense looked better.
It looked better
than I've seen it most of the year.
But still, man, it's just that Bills team is clicking.
They came out throwing in that -27. I was like, oh,
you're not going to Orchard Park and winning. You're not.
Stop.
Buffalo's going. Like Buffalo's doing it. Buffalo's doing it. I think the Bucks are the best shot at an upset this weekend.
The Bills can run the football,
and
that's
honestly, even as a Baker diehard, I think I want Ravens, Bills, Lions, Niners. I think that's the best conference championship.
That's your best weekend of football.
That's going to be a great weekend of football.
Yeah, NFL needs that.
I don't know what Bucks Niners would be. the Bucks have some guys on defense still. I mean, you still got the Levante David, the Devin Whites, the Vita Veas,
Winfield.
Like, they've got those guys that have done it, which no one in the playoffs has besides the Chiefs. Like, but still, they just don't feel the same anymore.
No.
But man, I love Baker in that.
No, I can see Jared Goff kind of picking that secondary part.
Yeah,
really. I mean, because there's some holes back there.
They're going to score a touchdown the opening drive. That's a guarantee.
Yeah,
that first drive was surgical Sunday night.
Yeah. I mean, other than Winfield bails them out a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's freaking good.
He's good,
dude.
He's good.
I think we're all going to go Lions there, and then Bills Chiefs. It's the Bills, man. If it ain't the Bills now, when is it? When is it, Chance? If it ain't now, when is it?
The world's scared. That's all I know. They're scared.
If it ain't now, when is it?
How much will they win me if they win it all? Come on, Bills.
Bills Mafia.
I got them at plus 80. I mean, plus 800.
Bills Mafia.
That's what I got them.
I got
this
them at plus
Sunday,
800.
5:30, Orchard Park. It's happening. It's happening.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I feel really, really good.
It's happening, man. It's happening.
And we get Jim and Tony, right? Oh, Jim.
Yeah,
oh, Tony's going to have a hard on.
Oh, yeah.
For that whole game.
Yet again, Twitter has been really good. Twitter's been really good. I think I saw an ice cream machine that was just broken, and somebody said Tony Romo Sunday. Dude, they look so good.
They do.
They look so freaking good.
Joe Brady's bringing that extra guy on the line of scrimmage or running the ball.
Yeah.
They established the run every single game.
The identity finally to him.
And that is what's the key, man.
It's not Josh just running around everywhere.
He's not playing hero ball.
Yeah.
And once you make him not play hero ball, that's when he's the most dangerous.
Why is Joe Brady's name getting brought up for offensive coordinator jobs?
I don't know.
Do they not think Buffalo's going to retain him?
It might just be an interview situation where he might explore options.
Because, I mean, he's not guaranteed
He could hold it over Buffalo's head and get a pay raise.
I guess so.
Because as of right now, I'm guessing he's not listed as the offense coordinator.
Interim.
Yeah. So I guess he could just say, hey, I can go get $1 million from this team, and what are you going to give me?
They know he doesn't want to
Buffalo,
leave
man.
Josh Allen.
No. Y'all got anything else on that game? It's Buffalo.
Go Bills.
It's Buffalo.
They look.
There's no way that every home team wins, but
I want to see Chance go through a table.
Dude, it will happen. I'm not even joking.
Lions Bills Chance? Super Bowl?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Sorry for y'all.
That would be awesome.
It'd be awesome.
Josh might throw for 450.
But if Josh lost, then you'd be okay.
No, I would be okay. Because
our Lions, though.
But it's going to be – I won't be able to watch TV for a couple weeks.
It's our Lions.
Because, I can't listen I can't listen to the down talk of Josh.
But he got there.
I can't – but it's not going to be good enough for nobody, man. It's
good
not
enough for
good
Burrow.
enough.
Dude, just him getting to the AFC Championship game right now is going to be an accomplishment for Josh. I mean, really.
And
but he's
Mahomes.
done it before. He's done it. That's what everybody's going to say,
He's beating Mahomes. If he beats Mahomes.
The clipping on Get Up on Monday morning and then First Take is going to be, when does Josh Allen take the next step? That's what it's going to be. I can already see it, man. I can't. Whenever they lose Sunday.
When they lose to the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's going to be when can he that'd be warranted.
And then it'll probably happen if they lose the AFC Championship.
Nah, because if they lose, it's going to be to Lamar, and then it's going to be, my God, Lamar made it to the Super Bowl.
And then it's going to turn around and be like, when's Josh going to do it?
Yeah, because Josh would be the next one that has
he only led the league in touchdowns this year. God forbid. I'm a nervous wreck. I feel really good, though, to be nervous.
I mean, our
just give me $187, please.
Our big quarterbacks. Our big quarterbacks are Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow. Yeah, I mean that's like everybody's big four, and then Herbert.
And you need two or three of those to make that next step.
Yeah, and I think it looks like we're getting one of them in the Super Bowl. That's not Mahomes. I think you're getting Lamar or Allen this year.
One of them two are going to make the Super Bowl.
I think so.
Yeah,
and that's going to be good for the game.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
It'd be really good for my heart if it's Buffalo.
But Lamar, though, you can root for Lamar.
I'll root for him.
Yeah,
I just don't want it to happen.
Oh, give me! I didn't thought about a Lamar Baker Super Bowl.
I was thinking Lamar Detroit.
Lamar Baker. What would I do?
I just wish Buffalo had a fully healthy defense. They're missing
all right.
their top 2 defensive players.
That is the one
that's
thing.
what sucks.
Baltimore's actually pretty healthy for the most part.
Yeah, they're extremely
Besides,
healthy.
they've lost like 4 running
And
backs.
San
but-
Fran is too.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, running back don't matter. Yeah, I mean San Fran and Baltimore.
San Fran's
are
always
the 2
healthy
healthiest
somehow.
rosters in the league,
And they had a bye.
and they had a bye.
And they've got home field.
Yeah, so
All right.
that's probably gonna be your
Been a long episode, but this was fun. We'll do a Saints episode some other time.
freaking who dat.
We're not going anywhere.
OC.
Hey, maybe we'll have an OC by the time we do it.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
Let's
Please don't
freaking
hire
go,
Ronald
man.
Kirk.
Go Baker. Go Lions. Go Lamar. Go football.
Go Bills
Bills Mafia.
forever.
Go Tigers basketball.
This ain't how it's supposed to be. It should be just you and me. I feel